Goddamn hiccups, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? I got hiccups. What the fuck? I got hiccups. I'm out of coffee. Shit. Put that over there to put away later. Put that over there to put away later. Mm-hmm. I got fucking just random little crummules everywhere, dog. Motherfucker. Give time, people, to get on in here. Giving time for people to roll all up in this bitch. These lighters work, right? Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Doesn't matter. They're unworthy. Unworthy. The beta. Beta. Alright. Time to look up some lesbians. Because Jesse Lee Peterson. Ah, fuck. I totally forgot to do a video response to this. God damn it. I guess I'll have to... Can I do it while... You know what? I think I'll do it while I'm doing this. Fuck it. I think I'll do it while I'm doing this. Let's... Okay. Okay. I think I could do it. I just have to remember to turn the mic off when I do so. Here, let me see if I can set it up nicely. Because if I can do this, I'll do it. You'll watch me make a video, guys. How about that? Then you'll watch me literally do it, and then you'll have it uploaded for everyone to see. But if there be comments here, I'm not going to fucking look at them during that process. I'll have to be totally focused on it. I already know what I need to say on it, so it'll be alright. It'll be a quick little response video. It's only an 8.5 minute video. So I'll just put that off to the side for now. Rutger Bregman. Where's the... I want to see the full clip of this. Full movie? What the clip? I think this is it.
You jumped the bandwagon. You're all like, oh, I'm against the globalist elite, blah, blah, blah. It's not very convincing, to be honest.
Why don't you go yourself, you tiny brain, and I hope this gets picked up. Because you're a moron. I tried to give you a hearing, but you were too annoying.
You can't take the criticism, can you?
Wow. Damn, that's kind of funny. Roasted. Damn, son.
Bregman is the author of Utopia for Realists and the Enjoyment. Now, Mr. Bregman, I can't stop laughing just listening to that. And part of it makes me wonder, are you the first person ever to note that people are flying private to talk about global warming and that none of them mention tax avoidance? Has anyone ever said that before at Davos? You know?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on Davos history, but it is a bit hypocritical, isn't it?
Gone to Davos and said it out loud as you did. So if I was wearing a hat, I would take it off to you. What response did you get?
I mean, they were not very happy with me, but I'm just
I can imagine why.
A random Dutch historian who's basically saying whatever around the globe is thinking. You know, the vast majority of Americans, for years and years now, according to the polls, including Fox News viewers and including Republicans, are in favor of higher taxes on the rich. You know, higher inheritance taxes, higher top marginal tax rates,
Yep.
higher wealth taxes. It's all really mainstream. But no one's saying that in Davos, just as no one's saying it on Fox News, right? And I think the explanation for that is quite simple, is that most of the people in Davos, but also here on this channel, have been bought by the billionaire class. You know, you're not meant to say these things. So I just went there and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to say it, just as I'm saying it right here on this channel.
Well, what was interesting, I thought, about what you said was you noticed something. I mean, many people have called for higher taxes, but very few.
Well, not on this channel, is it? I mean, almost all of the pundits on this channel for years have been against higher taxes, right? Even though the vast majority of Americans is in favor of it.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, this is beautiful,
It would be
dude.
interesting to know how many hours of Fox you've watched, but I'm interested in what you said about tax avoidance. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just because someone faces a specific tax rate does not mean that person pays that tax rate at all. I don't think Netflix, for example, paid any taxes last year at all. So what was your
Due to tax loopholes that same people happen to buy off the, you know, by the same corporations fucking buy off the government and shit. Like, yeah. Carl, his point, or not Carl, Tucker Carlson, his point's fairly agreeable, I would say. But I don't think he actually means it.
specifically
Oh shit, what was that? What's
to
up, bro?
make
Not
sure
much.
that
I'm actually just waiting for friends to link so we can go play some pool. Play some pool with a bunch of lesbians. Because they bait us. The beta males. Amazing. Had to have a little Jesse Lee Peterson spurt. But I'm just watching this Tucker Carlson full clip of this whole thing where he, goes off on Rutger Bergman.
class of people pays what they're supposed to pay.
Well, it's about multiple things. So we should really crack down on tax paradises and on tax avoidance. That's a major issue. But it's also about having higher taxes. So in the 1950s, for example, in the 1960s, in the golden age of capitalism, as historians call it, we had top marginal tax rate for the very rich of about 70, 80, 90%. Actually, under Eisenhower, the Republican president, and this was also
Which is
one of the
pretty
best
true.
periods in American history. The same is true for the UK and the rest of Europe. So as a historian, for me, it's all not it's really not rocket science. We should go back to simple and straightforward.
I don't even know who
solutions
this
from
guy
the
is, but I already
from the
like him.
past.
Right. But this country was sustained, and since you're a historian, I guess you would know this, sustained by an industrial economy at the time
Due to industrialization.
that was broad and deep, that created a middle class. That
Agree to disagree, I suppose.
doesn't exist anymore. So it's an entirely different economy. I wish it did exist.
Oh well, but that's not really an issue. I mean,
Yeah.
It's the same way with an entirely different economy.
well, I think it would. I mean, America is still pretty much the most powerful country in the world, right? So
Yeah.
if it really would want to, it could easily crack down on tax paradises. But the thing is, I mean, you guys have brought into power a president that doesn't even want to show its own tax returns. I mean, who knows how many billions he has hidden in the Cayman Islands or in Bermuda.
And all
so I
these
think the
other
issue
all these other tax havens like Panama and probably some other fucking places too.
really is one of corruption and of people being bribed and of not being, not talking about the real issues. What the family, what the Murdochs basically want you to do is to scapegoat immigrants instead of talking about tax avoidance. So I'm glad you're now finally raising the issue, but that's what been happening for the past couple of years.
And I'm taking orders from the Murdochs. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, it doesn't work that directly, but I mean, you've been part of the Cato Institute, right? You've been a senior fellow there for years. You've been taking their dirty money. They're funded by Koch billionaires,
Wait, why don't you tell me how it does work?
Well, it works by you taking their dirty money. It's as easy as that. I mean, you are a millionaire funded by billionaires. That's what you are. And I'm glad you now finally jumped the bandwagon, of people like Bernie Sanders and AOC. But you're not part of the solution, Mr.
That's so
Kaufman. You're
true.
Hear
part of
about
the
old Jesse?
Huh?
Hear about old Jesse?
What about Jesse? Who?
You know who Jesse is?
I have a.
He hired these two guys to actually jump him and actually put a noose.
Oh,
around
Jesse
his neck.
Smollett. Oh, I know
Yeah.
about Jesse Smollett. Yeah, I've been hearing about that for the past week.
He made his name. Did what I guess I don't even do what he wanted, but he got his name known everywhere.
Well, I mean, he was already a host on, or he was not host, an actor on the show Empire or something, some TV show. I don't know or care about it. But apparently he did that primarily to get a raise on the show,
Yeah,
and
$1
he
million
hired.
a year.
Yeah, which is funny. It's just like, really? And at the same time, he also hired the two people to stage the thing, and also in a place where it's a minority community and also a very openly accepting gay community too.
Right, yeah.
Just to have no one know about that, it was so full of holes. It was just,
It was.
and and that just makes it worse for people who actually do get, in those type of
Mhm.
scenarios, because now it's like, oh, now can we actually trust their story, even though we should be skeptical? But when it comes to these different
Mhm.
things like that, it's just like, well, you're just making it worse for the people who are actual victims, and if anything, you're victimizing them more.
It is true.
It's just like, the guy was a douche.
He was a douche. But he
Yeah.
wanted, I guess, and hell, everybody knows him.
Yeah, I guess so. I think he turned himself in too, and also got off on bail pretty shortly afterwards. But that whole scenario is just fucking ridiculous. I was about to be like, wait, what are you talking about? But then I realized I was talking about this Smollett or whatever the fucking name is. I'm like, oh, I've been hearing about that for a while. It's just like, that shit's just been annoying, dude. And it's like, but it's true. I mean, that really does make it harder for people who are legitimately like marginalized by people who probably would do those type of acts, and are people that have done that before. And it's something that's been slowly on the rise lately. I mean, it's something that definitely needs to be considered. But I mean, regardless of that, I mean, I don't know, dude. Jesse's just a prick. He's making it worse off for the people who are actually victims of these type of crimes and shit. And it's just ridiculous. It's like, nice. You totally make people on the left or / center left look good. You totally make us look like decent peeps. Because the majority of us, like I would probably say a good chunk of the people on the right as well, are decent peeps. Decent peoples. But motherfuckers like you, well, I circled over this Dutch dude, but not him. But motherfuckers like Jesse, it's just like, fuck you. You're like, I mean, he filed a false police report, so I mean, he should be getting something over that. And I don't know, it's absurd, dude. It's absurd. But let's go back into this a little bit.
Actually.
AOC, wait, what can I just say?
It's true, right? It's true, right?
Oh my god, he malfunctioned. He didn't know what to say. He just malfunctioned.
all the anchors on Fox, they're all millionaires. How is this possible? Well, it's very easy. You're just not talking about certain things.
Fox doesn't even play where you are.
It doesn't play where you are. Well, have you heard of the internet? I can watch things whatever I want. I have actually. I can't
You never have seen Fox before. You dumb fuck. Who hasn't heard of Fox? Cucker Tarlson. Who hasn't heard of that? Cucker. You dumb fuck. Yeah, it's just a... Oh, am I frozen? Oh, there we go. I was like, oh, was I frozen that entire time? But He's there. He's just like, this is like his fucking face. He's like, like, dude, you're just a dumb fuck. A dumb fuck millionaire, take a billionaire.
Great fan of your show, but I do my homework when you invite me on your show. So, I mean, you're probably not going to air this, but I went to Davos to speak truth to power, and I'm doing exactly the same thing right now. You might not like it, but you're a millionaire funded by billionaires, and that's the reason why you're not talking about these issues.
Oh my god. That silence. The silence. Oh no, dude. Oh my god. Red-handed, motherfucker. Red-handed, cucker. Oh my god. This is so good. Oh, I'm having a good time watching this, man. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh.
Yeah, only now. Come on, you jumped the bandwagon. You're all like, oh, I'm against the globalist elite, blah, blah, blah. It's not very convincing, to be honest.
Why don't you go yourself, you tiny brain? And I hope this gets picked up. Because you're a moron. I tried to give you the hearing, but you were too annoying for me.
You can't handle the criticism, can you?
There's a war on alternative media. There's a war on trying to criminalize.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. That was just beautiful. That was beautiful. I kind of needed that. I'm glad I found that now. That was just excelente. Excelente. Oh, it's so fun just seeing Tucker Carlson just get all his panties in a little wad and his echo chamber breached. It's so beautiful. It's so precious and just delicious. It's delicious. I just love it. Ah. Well, I think this would be a pretty good opportunity to do that video response I was going to do, because I totally forgot to do it before doing streams. So I'll do it while I'm doing the stream. You guys will see my process. So, fuck yeah. How about that? Actually, there's something I want to do here. Background. Yeah. Bring that up one. Where is it? On this. There it is. Oh. Boom. Okay. Cool. Cool. Alrighty. Well. Cool. Alright. Thanks for my photos calm down and not getting kicked out. Oh shit, that's good then. That's good to hear. Good shit right there. Just like this good shizzles I'm about to do right here. So, last stream I was talking about doing this response, which I didn't do, but I'm going to do it now, because fuck it. And, oh my god. But, in the meantime, I'll do it. It'll just be like an impromptu, quick little thing, because I think this video, it's just so simple. Atheists, beware. This video will make you doubt atheism. Like, okay. Like, okay, then. How's the day? You know, just chill, for the most part. I've just been, you know, not really doing too much. I had a shower earlier, and me and my friends are going to link later here. Well, they're coming here first, but they're all good. One of them should be around here, around 30-ish minutes, I would say, maybe. And the other one should be here by like 9:30 or something like that. I have no idea, but, you know. I'm assuming one will probably be here before the other for sure, but they should be around the same time. LT? Yeah. Logan too. Yeah, I know he was wanting to play pool, and me and Tyler were going to play pool tonight, so we're like, fuck it, let's just go. Let's just all go together then. But I just saw also the Tucker Carlson clip with the Dutch historian Rutger Bergman, and it was hilarious. I just needed that. That was just so delicious. It was just crisp and beautiful and just. I want to see if there's another video that I can also go after while I'm doing so. I'll just do this video. I'll do another one if I choose. But I'll just do this, so might as well make it impromptu. Make impromptu an impromptu video while I'm streaming. But before we do that, gotta get me some weed ready. And they have Sony Jam Session with Metal T. Oh yeah. He's definitely got some chops on his playing skills. For me, I'm not that good, but I'm good, but not that good. But anyway, you know, because I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm like dreading this so hard right now. I'm just dreading this really. Here, let me get rid of all the rest of these stupid. There we go. There we go. Actually, no. I didn't mean to get rid of everything in that situation. Whatever. I guess I'll just have to leave it like that then. Fuck it. Okay. Well. All right. Well, fuck it. Pretty much. Besides the weed part, all ready to go. But I'll do this first. Usually, I'm doing this as I start the video and I'm talking and ranting about what's gonna happen. But I think most people, by the time they see this video, are gonna understand that. I mean, they've probably heard it twice. This video and here. So, anyway, it did like a quick random little mini one where I kind of started responding to it with Tyler, but he went on his own little tangents, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I gotta dude, when he's gets a drink in him, those tangents and those fucking him going off, oh my fuck, dude, that is just one thing that we need to find something to tame with on that one right there. Need to tame him. I was listening to old Ideology, actually. Well, TJ does life, actually. And they were talking about, the edgelordness of old YouTube. And I had epiphany. 2006 to 2007 YouTube is basically the embodiment in Tyler right now. And it's just yeah. There's unfortunately, there's fucking rules to this new game now. And it's if you want to play the cards right, you gotta make sure certain rules at least aren't broken. And it's just something that I wish it was back in the old 06 days where you could do that, but goddamn. It was in the TJ Does live stream where he was going on for 7 hours or some shit. I was just listening to that last night while I was just doing my gaming. I literally was you know what? After the stream, I'm just gonna game for a bit. I was listening to a good chunk of that, and I fell asleep to it. I was just epiphanies. When I heard that a little bit. In the midst of that 7-hour fucking conglomerate, which, you know what? I have done that before. Maybe not 7 hours, but I've done it before. I burped in the middle of that, but whatever. So, whatever. That's what I kind of like about the 7 like very long streams, is because there's going to be discussions and like philosophical takes and just random topics and shit being discussed. Like I remember at one point they literally just started talking about fucking food and like got minorly sexual with it. It was pretty hilarious. And that was actually near the end of the stream. They were like getting a pizza made, and that was pretty much near the end of the stream. And they're like, "Yeah, I want a fucking pizza," and just start going off about food and pizza and shit. In the middle of that stream, I know they were talking about gun control and gun regulation. What was another one? Like race. I think Paul went on a whole thing about racism. I think early part of the stream. Like, it's just full of shit, dude. That's what I love about these ideologies that are long as fuck. You know they're gonna be good when they're long. See, that's kind of why I love these long, doing kind of like these 3-ish hour streams, because you know you can always go back to it, and you'll be able to like maybe listen to some shit that you missed last time if you were here in live or saw, you know, from just before. There's gonna be all sorts of shit. There's definitely a replayability when there's a lot of content to try to devour, you know what I mean? And you know, it's just like, oh, I have all this fucking video to watch. Well, I can either do it chunks, do it in one sitting, or, you know, watch bits and pieces. You know, so. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm fucking tangenting on. I will say this, I didn't sleep that much, but with what sleep I did get, it wasn't too bad. I just like woke up really like, ugh, I'm fucking hungry and just kind of groggy. That was about it. But as soon as I got some food, that was good. All right. Bye-bye. Almost ready to do this little thing. Just gonna load a bad stony so I could smoke the bad stony when we begin the video. Plus, I have a little witty thing that I can say to this. All right, well, I think this is Dawn about to be ready for that impromptu response on this video here now, boy. And so far, you're the only one, so you're going to be the only one so far to see the initial reaction instead of just waiting for it to come out. But you know what? It doesn't matter because people can see this anyway. They can watch my impromptu reaction or the video, which it's going to be one of those weird meta videos, dude. It's going to be meta as fuck because technically I did the video twice. But they're done differently. Think about that. That's just like some weird shit. Honestly, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, there's some little bit of meta-ness going on in there. Like, I'm doing a video, but I'm also streaming me doing that video, so there's gonna be like 2 different perspectives on this video response. One's gonna have the visuals and shit, the other ain't. And one's gonna have a lot better quality to it anyway, so I would hope our people will prefer to watch this one instead of the stream impromptu one. So, anyway. Whatever. I'll get right the fuck into it, eh? It's gonna probably sound a little out of weird because now I'm gonna sound like I'm doing a new intro and shit, but whatever. Mic's on right? Yeah. Cool. I'll just put it right over here. Yeah. All right. Cool. The impromptu. You know what? Hold up. Do I want to put a little icon over here? I need logos. Like this little, the one where I'm in the middle of this, I need logos because these little marijuana leaves in the background, it's nice, but there needs more. It needs to be more filled. Duly noted in my brain. Okay. All right. What it do? So I came across this absurd monstrosity of a title for a video. And I decided to go watch it, and it, of course, is ridiculous. So I found this video. Atheists beware. this video will make you doubt atheism. Dun 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 dun. Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna say this. As an atheist, challenge accepted. And also, I love this little comment it gave below here. We welcome all atheists to this channel and love atheists dearly. Well, thank you for your ungratifactory love that's just forced on me. Okay, thank you. We'd love to hear your thoughts, atheists, on this video. Well, hey, what do you know? I'm sharing my thoughts. So if you ever come across this, which I doubt you ever will, well, here's my response and here's my thoughts. So, you know, let's just not waste time. Let's just get the fuck into it. Because before I do, let's just smoke some weed real quick. Because that's how I operate. Like, I watched this once already, at least half of it, and like half of it is pretty ridiculous, and the other half is a little bit not, but easily refutable. So, anyway, I won't spoil the fun, but I think it'll be enjoyable though. So, long pause for that for some reason. Where the fuck is my torch? Oh, there it is. I should have made sure my torch and my lighter was ready for that. That's a good sign. You should always make sure that's with you before you do shit. I had everything prepped. I mean, you guys would see from my other perspective, but from the video's perspective, you can't. So, are we meta? I think so. Anyway, let's get into it.
Lorena, do you think there's an afterlife?
I definitely think there is an afterlife.
And then you go back into life when there's a new birth, you become their baby. Jason, what do you think?
What? What? Can we just repeat what you said there, sir?
When there's a new birth, you become their baby. Jason?
When there's a new birth, you become that baby. I love how much sense that made. I feel like I just became woke as fuck.
What do you think happens after someone dies?
I don't know.
You ever think about?
That sounds like the correct answer. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, a lot.
You afraid of dying?
No. Like, I'm afraid of, like, physically dying, like, if there's pain involved, yeah, but, like, after, who knows?
That sounds like the most rational answer so far. I like this kid.
You think hell exists?
Probably not.
Yeah. I like this kid already.
You used the word probably. So there's a possibility hell could be there?
Sure.
Probably. Let's just think about that for a sec. Probably. There's a difference between probably and there's definitely. So won't you actually be enforcing the idea that there's a probability that it might not exist? Because if you're pointing out that the fact that at least this fellow here probably thinks there isn't a hell, then how can then why can we flip it on you? And why do you think and say, well, why do you probably think there is? See, the thing is, I feel like this kid probably would at least go base it off of just observation and basic science rationality and just realize, this afterlife idea, there doesn't seem to be any proof, and there's also multiple fucking religions that think there's various different forms of afterlives. Do I have to go down that list? Anyway, I won't, but I'd like to, but I won't. But, like, there's so many countless forms of afterlife to so many different belief systems and to so many different religions and to so many different spiritual ideas. Like, pretty much everyone has a different idea of what an afterlife is or lack thereof. And You know, I agree with this guy. Doubt it. Probably not. Nah. Nope. Wrong. Tremendous.
Yeah.
I do believe there is a superior force, there is a superior being.
Who would go to hell?
Well, I don't care they believe it, so whatever. She looks cute, by the way.
Oh,
I don't know.
it'd be bad people.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you believe in God's existence?
Maybe, I don't know.
So you're agnostic, so okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, there's no evidence to support it, so why would I believe in something there's lack of evidence for? So hence why I'm an atheist, because that's what atheism is not believing in God or a deity or a higher entity due to the lack of evidence and have the lack of belief. So, and pretty much summarized on that. So far, it's not making me doubt atheism so far. In fact, you haven't really done anything to it. Nothing has happened so far. So we got a little bit to go. This is starting to tire me, so I'm speeding this bitch up.
Ever think about that?
Yeah, what?
All these wonderful things around us, how did it get here? Obviously, there's a creator.
I don't know about creator.
Oh, ho. What did you just say there? Let's go back for a sec. Let's just look at all the stuff around us. Surely there must be a creator. Based on what? Yeah, there's shit around me. There's things around me. There's trees outside. There's fucking grass. There's animals that live in my house too. There's insects that chill outside. There's birds that go flying up in the air and shit. There's weather systems on this planet. There's this fucking Earth. There's the cosmos, and there's this whole universe. And guess what? We actually have scientific data that supports, the fact that this stuff has just been around and has always been a thing. I'm sure you know of the Big Bang theory as well. It's still considered a theory mainly because we don't know its exact origins of it yet. And that is something that science has yet to discover, which until our technology advances further in our scientific developments, especially learning more about the universe, which as it infinitely expands, knowledge of this universe to us grows smaller, despite our progressing knowledge and in how this universe works, like the fact that is happening with an ever expanding universe, continuing to create more galaxies, more stars, more and matters forming into all these new things. Think about this. We're literally made out of the dust and the matter of old stars that have already died, because our star is on one of the second to third gen stars in our universe. In fact, let me just double check that really quick. Sun generation of stars. Amongst astronomers, yep, second generation. All right, yeah. So I mean, this whole little article gets into it about why it's the second generation star, but I already know. It just says right here, it's metal rich, and on top of that, it was made up. And the reason why it's metal rich is because with the supernovas and all the other stars that have died within the first generation, that created new atoms, that created new compounds, new elements, new matter that has formed from the matter of these stars. And over time, this matter clumps together, it forms rocks, it forms asteroids, comets, Earths, moons, planets. This is all because of matter. You want to know why everything's around here and why we have all this stuff? Matter. That everything from my desk to the fucking marijuana I just smoked earlier to our own bodies is because of matter and because of atoms and because of the fact that we have these fucking stars that exist that are basically like these little nuclear plants of fucking energy and pure mass and matter. Once it dies and explodes, it becomes, a supernova into a nebulae of all sorts of new elements that are now going to expand off into the universe to form new things over the timeline of this universe and this cosmos. And you're going to tell me, and you're going to give me the gall that there's the idea, a remote idea that some third-party entity decided to come in and just bloop, pop it there. Just with an intelligent design, draw out how man was made and draw out how the earth was going to form and like draw out how everything was going to be. You want to know how our solar system came to be? By chance. It's all because of chance. Because our sun probably would still been the same sun, but the fact that all this matter that our earth formed where it did in the Goldilocks zone, which is the zone that is measured with all stars of where the habitable zone for possible life would be, at least for life as we know it currently. And we were in that zone, and we're obviously still in the zone. And Mars also is partially in that zone as well. And over time, as we had multiple bombardment periods where in our solar system with all the other matter and all the other compounds and elements clump together, crash into each other in a chaotic mess of disorder, but at the same time, this order within our galaxy, because that's the law of physics. That's why we have the law of science for a reason, because there's fundamental laws of how reality works. That is how we're here. It's because there's certain laws that our universe abides by, the laws of reality. A lot of them we haven't discovered yet. You know what? That's fine. That's okay. It's okay to not know things. It's okay to be unsure, about what could be or what not could be, for certain solutions or for certain outcomes. So the idea that there's a creator is a little ludicrous to me. And just the mere fact that this universe exists, I think, is enough evidence alone to prove that there isn't one. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, look how big this universe is. Look how big it is. It's huge. We are probably not even a microcosm. We're not even like, if you compared an atom to like what we are, we're probably not even the size of that to this universe. Or like an atom to the earth. We're probably not even the size of an atom if you compared it to the earth, if the earth was to be like the size of the universe. Because of how incomprehensibly huge it is. And just recently we discovered 300,000 new galaxies. And who knows what discoveries lie within there. And on a side point, how is an intelligent designer able to keep track of such a big, huge fucking creation of his? It must be one big deity, or he's one good multitasker. Or maybe there isn't one. I don't know. We just barely passed the minute mark on this video too. Holy fuck.
Obviously, like a lot of time takes place, and I think that just happened.
Time is the magic ingredient. If you
Yep, I think he was right. Sound about just layman term of what I was just going into. Only I went in all the details about it, so whatever. Fuck whoever did this shit.
let your garage empty for 1,000,000 years, could Mercedes evolve from nothing? And you can see the kindness of God in puppies and kittens and birds and trees and flowers and fruits and seasons. All these things show us that God is good and kind. But at the same time, there's something wrong on the earth. There's tornadoes and floods and hurricanes and cancer and disease, pain and death.
Oh, what argument is this? What logic comes from, like, God gives us good things like puppies, kittens, flowers, beautiful, sweet, good things. But God also gives us bad things like cancer, diseases, viruses, death, storms. It's like, you know what? Let me just play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say this hypothetical God of yours exists, all right? Let me just play around with this idea. Are you just confirming the fact that your God is very nihilistic, sociopathic, very egotistical? Because obviously it likes to inflict harm on its own creations by putting cancers, diseases, severe storms, just, you know, wars, exploitation, all this stuff, famines, etc. Are you just confirming the fact that your God is a very ruthless and brutal? I don't know about you, but fuck that God. I ain't gonna be praying or worshiping a God that's gonna be brutal and ruthless against me. For what? Existing? Fuck you.
It shows us that we live in a fallen dream.
And guess what? All those bad things, guess what? That's just part of reality. That's just part of the fact of life. Cancer, everyone goes through it. Guess what? Because it's a part of reality. It's literally what it is cells lost the ability to do apoptosis, aka cell death, where the cell would basically kill itself, and that's called apoptosis. That's a process where it goes through. And with cancer cells and with tumors as well, these cells forget to do that, or that particular part of the gene in the DNA malfunctions over time. And then it just continues to replicate and 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 becomes cancer and a tumor. Guess what? Because DNA is fallible. While it's very, very precise and very fascinating and a very complex and a very calculated thing, it's still fallible. Because with time, we will notice with age that our cells start to slow down a little more over time with age, because it can't replicate so much over time. After so many different replications, then these type of malfunctions where you get little tumors and little cancers and stuff. Now, your body actually is able to combat that. Did you know that technically your body always has cancer? Your body just knows how to combat that. Whenever random cells start going a little malfunction, and it does that, with someone as vibrant and young as me, who doesn't have any genetic malfunctions, which will cause me to have cancer at a very young age or at an early age, or just less likely to have it, my body will be able to combat that more. But that's just because of genetics, and that's because of DNA and evolution, because my genes over time, with my ancestors down before me, eventually over time adapted and evolved to where after offspring of combining genes, diversifying them, and making others dominant or recessive over time, and blending different genes, and et cetera, comes down to me. And guess what? I potentially could do that too, because that's part of the reproductive cycle, which is a normal fact of life. And I'm sure, I don't even know if you're getting into it in this video. I'm going way too long for this anyway. But, I don't even know if you get into it, but reproduction is normal and natural. Whenever you have an urge to want to fuck, that's normal. Just saying. When you look at, say, like a nice, beautiful cougar like her, you're thinking, damn, finna smash. Well, guess what? That's an urge because you're naturally thinking, I like to reproduce. That's a primitive thing due to our genetics and how we evolved. So it's a natural thing, by the way. That's also not an evil thing God did, by the way. I'm sure that's what you will consider some of the wrongs that God's done. Put it in moral blasphemy and sin with. I don't even know what they're called. What are they even called again? Oh, fuck. I skipped somewhere. But, who gives a shit? But whatever. But, it's like. I'll just skip it a little bit. Anyway, whatever. I'll just finish listening to this shit.
Use God's name in vain?
Yes.
That's called blasphemy. And Jesus said, if you look at a woman,
Hold on.
lies do you think you've told in your life?
So many I can't even count them.
You've lied and
Oh, that's actually important. Hold up. Let me slow it down just a tad.
Right? Like a Jesus and all that stuff.
No, I'm saying there's one creator that's obvious through design and everything from the atom through the universe.
No. Wrong. I already went through that.
You've got an
I have literally discussed this. I've already broken that down. No, it's not.
knowledge of God via your conscience. Conscience means with knowledge. Are you going to get a
Conscious is not knowledge. What the fuck is that? What are you talking about? Consciousness is how we perceive our individuality as a being, essentially. Knowledge is a factor on that, but so is intelligence, so is our just our basic sentience. There's a few other factors to that, by the way. Just saying, it's not knowledge.
heaven when you die? Do you think? Are you a good person?
I am just as good as I am as bad.
How many lies?
So, a normal human being who will do some shit that they regret in life, but also do stuff they're proud of. Sounds like a normal human being to me.
Do you think you've told in your life?
So many I can't even count them.
How many lies have you told in your life? Motherfucker, when I was a kid, I used to lie all the time. Are you kidding me, dude? Lying is just a part of our fundamental human nature, or else we wouldn't be doing it. Seriously? Like, look, lying can either be a good thing or a bad thing, but lying in itself isn't inherently wrong. Like, lying in a sense could be good in, like, let's say you get pulled over and you got marijuana on you and you're in an illegal state and they don't happen to smell it quite yet, but they suspect something, but they're not going to be too hard. They might let you go. There's a chance, right? In this hypothetical scenario. Well, they're going to probably, let's say they ask, you guys having marijuana or any other substances? No. Even though I got some in my glove box or in the trunk or something, or on my person. No. Of course you don't say that, but you know what I mean. And then be like, okay, maybe ask a question or two more, All right, well, I stopped you because whatever, blah, 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 like traffic light, whatever, some stupid shit. Go on for your day, and go on. Well, to me, that's a time where lying probably saved your ass. Now, let's say you're at your mom's house or something and there's a jar full of cookies and you eat half of them. Or all of them if you're a gluttonous fuck like me, like I probably would, especially who smokes weed and gets the munchies. Then you probably would eat all of them. But, I don't know. It's up to you. But whatever. And then she notices and it's like, hey, did you eat all the cookies or half of them or however many you ate? No, I didn't eat any of them. And then meanwhile, you probably got a little bit of crumbs on your lips. Well, that's probably just a dumb, thing to lie about, honestly. And it's not even really that bad. It's just dumb. Like, there's some lies, like you can, like the whole Jesse Smollett thing where he filed a false police report, which is basically lying to the police to essentially try to, put someone away who's potentially not innocent or just fabricate a crime that never happened. So there are obviously times where lying is just fucked up. You know what I mean? But lying itself, It's not wrong. I don't know why that was the point.
You've lied and stolen.
Yes, I have done that.
You used God's name in vain.
Yes.
I like how it switched to her and it gets her answer. Didn't get his answer. But yeah, so have I. I think I've said Jesus Christ a few times already, and I just did. Well, god damn it. Oh shit, I did it again. Well, fuck. Well, you know I do.
That's called blasphemy, and Jesus said it.
Oh, blasphemy? Yeah, well, guess what? Sometimes me calling out the Israeli government's call me being anti-Semitic, and I should be censored and shit. So you're just trying to censor my speech, so go fuck off, snowflake.
If you look at a woman and lust for her, you commit adultery with her in your heart.
Wait, what? If you look at a woman and lust for her, you commit adultery? That's not what fucking adultery is. What are you even talking about? Do you not know definitions? Adultery is when you are basically cheating on somebody. You're already in a relationship and you cheated with someone. What? I guess it's the biblical adultery term where you're looking at somebody, you're like, look at that nice ass or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. It's just like, really? Again, I actually already went about this. It's just natural to, quote, lust for someone. It's called sexual desires. There's nothing wrong with expressing that. In fact, you're probably making it worse by repressing it and pushing this idea of abstinence until marriage, and then you only must reproduce. You cannot fuck and have sex or intercourse or whatever you want to call it for pleasure. It must be for making babies. No, thank you. I'll continue to do so for pleasure and not for making babies. So, fuck you.
You ever done that?
Yes, multiple times.
What about you?
Yeah, and I have too. Guess what? Didn't hurt anybody, did it? Because it was in my head. I was thinking about it. Oh no. Oh no, I thought about somebody in a sexual way. Oh no. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
So, Lorraine, I'm not judging you, but you've just told me you're a lying thief, a blasphemer, and an adulterer at heart. That's 4 of the 10 commandments. If God judges you by...
What? Okay, when did she say she was a thief? When did she say... Even she kind of looks like... She's like questioning his logic. She's looking at him a little bit like, what the fuck you talking about, dude? Me, a thief? When did I say I was a thief? Like, I could see that, like, internally in her eyes a little bit.
The commandments on Judgment Day. Do you think you'd be innocent or guilty?
Guilty.
Heaven
With the 10 Commandments, yeah, I'd be guilty too, but most of that shit's nonsense anyway, and some of it's contradictory to itself.
or hell?
And only 2 of them, stealing and committing murder, are the only ones that are actual laws. But guess what? I don't want someone stealing my shit, and I don't want someone fucking murdering me. That just is based off the self-interest of your own essential individuality. You as an individual don't want to get, let's say you don't want to get raped, or let's say you don't want to get your shit stolen, or you don't want to get assaulted, or you don't want to get murdered or whatever, you know, or held against your will or whatever. These things are called human rights, by the way. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure we should probably be judging somebody if they're violating one's human rights instead of this whole 10 Commandment bullshit, because I think human rights are a little bit more, I don't know, rational.
Probably hell, I guess, by the rules.
Now, does that concern you?
No?
Does it concern...
No, because hell sounds like a good time. Man, lusting for people, probably doing drugs and shit, partying all the time. A little bit hot, but whatever. You know, I'm sure they probably have some cold beverages or something. You know, it's just like, shit, sounds fun. I'm down.
concern you?
No.
You don't love your life?
I do, to a certain extent.
What the fuck? I do to a certain extent. Like, oh my god. Just exploiting him. The poor dude. I don't even know what his name is, but I feel bad for him.
Heaven or hell?
Going to God. Because I think as my father, he loves me regardless, you know, as I love my kids.
But the Bible's
Okay, well, you're wrong, but whatever. I don't give a shit that you believe it.
says this: when we sin against God, we stir up his wrath. And every time we sin, his wrath gets greater.
So you don't deny that your God's fucking brutal. Oh, that's just clever to know. So you're just simply a piece of shit then? Must I go on? Should I just go do it? Must I continue on with this video? You don't even... You're not even one of the Christians that says that your God is ever loving and a peaceful one, and even if you do sin, he's still going to love you or whatever. You're not even preaching that type of God. You're the one who's just preaching the brutal ruthlessness who will punish you, who will crack down and destroy you and burn you to hell. To hell. When, you know, you have sinned, you have lied, you go to hell. You have committed lust against a woman, you go to hell. You have said blasphemy, you go to hell. Oh, give me a fucking break. Living Waters. You know what? Let me just check out your channel. This is recent, too. Oh, my God. I didn't even see what the date was. Come on. Gimme. Let's see what your bullshit is, dude. Oh, wow. A damn near third of a million. Less than a third of a million. Oh my God. They have Europe. Down Under. Espanol. Creation Today. Minute. Oh, God. Oh, we found a gold mine. We found a gold mine. Okay. Our $1 trillion bill trap. Oh my God. Oh no. The vision of Living Waters is to inspire, equip Christians in fulfilling the Great Commission. What the fuck? Oh, man. I'm gonna have to put this on a book. Ape and child raised together in scientific experiment. All right. Yeah, we found a gem, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we found the gem. We found the gem. I'm not even going to continue with the rest of that video. You know what? I think I made my fucking point. Atheists beware. You made me laugh more than anything. You kidding me, dude? This video will make you doubt atheism. It enforced it. You enforced my atheism. Like, who are you? Like, what? Who, like, oh, is this him? Is this the dude?
Really quick, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up
button. Oh my God, that's his voice. Oh my God. What the fuck is on his head? What is on his head? What is going on here? Did he, like, skin a hedgehog and surgically sew it on his head? What happened here? And did he, like, get, like, a little electric pad and, like, brush it all up against his head and have it all, you know, to spike up like that or something? What the fuck happened here? Like, what's going on with your hair, dude? But guess what? I didn't even have to go for most of your video for you to enforce my own, you know, views because... Like, dude, oh my God. It's just, it's the same shit I haven't even heard before, honestly. So, well, whatever. I got nothing else to respond to this. So, yep, do with it what you will. But I don't know about you, but this honestly just enforced my atheism. It didn't even do anything to, like, curb it or anything. It didn't even make me doubt it for a second. You failed. You failed badly. You couldn't do your job correctly, sir. You couldn't do your job correctly. Shame, shame. All right, well, you know, there's some stuff scrolling over there in the corner. You should do that type of shit. Subscribe, hit the bell, that type of stuff. You know, it's over there. You see it. You probably were seeing it down below. You know, right down there too. You know, well, the cursor ain't on there, but you know, now it's there. You kind of see it poking around on it. Yeah, you know, you like it. But anyway, like, subscribe, do all that fun shit. Peace out. Impromptu. Who gives a shit? Fuck off. Bye. All right, there we go. That's a video. That is indeed a video. Okay. Put that off to the corner now. Oh my god. Man, listening to that a second time was just more infuriating than the first time, honestly. Oh. My god, dude. Like, how, like, you know, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, dude. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch some of these other videos and go through them. I might as well. This is how to avoid the attacks of the devil. How to avoid the attacks of the devil. Oh man. A powerful abortion interview will leave you in tears. Oh my god. Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna have some fun with this. This is gonna be fun. Well, I'm definitely bookmarking this, that's for sure. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. Well, I guess I should pay attention to you guys now. See what y'all are saying. See what everybody's going on. I'm on my way to your house. All right, cool. Yeah, Tyler went back to his place for a sec and to spruce up a bit. I'm pretty much all spruced, so he should be back around the same time. But if not, we'll hit him up, have him get down here. But oh boy. All right. Well, might as well see a fun video now to have some laughs. I had some laughs at first, and then went into Eddie Bravo's latest conspiracy talk. Well, you know, Eddie Bravo is always very entertaining with his conspiracy theories.
Hello.
Hello. Holy shit. That was loud.
Oh, freak bitches. I want to know how he got. I want to know the story of how he got in. Is there a video out there?
Scientology.
How did he get in? Like, what happened?
That's a good question. I think somebody recruited him from a movie.
He was good. He was already in movies. He was in
Taps.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I want to know how that
Taps is really
happened.
good.
I want to know the guy who made that happen.
Dude,
I want to
that
know
Leah Remini. That Leah Remini.
Who got him in?
relentless on Scientology. There's like season 4.
Oh, I got
Leah Remini. She did my podcast. She talked about it. Molested. Fucked everybody's wife.
Let me just skip a bunch here. Let's see.
You're talking about a guy who we know the guy, right? So Scientology was like, well, so fucking what? If you can take that, if you take Mormonism, like, why can't we get tax exempt status? And they said, no, fuck you, you're not a real religion. And they're like, bullshit. If anything is a religion, we're a religion. And in that sense, I support them. I think all religions should have to pay taxes. But I think that if anybody gets a free ride, Scientology should get a free ride. So if you're gonna have this goofy loophole in,
if there's gonna be this dumb loophole, then I mean, everyone should be getting it, but shouldn't be in the first place. They should be taxed anyway, so it's a good point.
Qualified just as Mormons. If Mormons get upset, that's what happened, Eddie. There's massive lawsuits. It was, and this is all you can find it.
I saw the
NATO and climate, Paris climate control. I know what you're saying. In a way, you're right.
In my
you're
world,
right. But no one has the time.
In your oh my god.
In
my world. In the Eddie Bravo world of I don't know anything. And like, because I literally don't know. I just don't know, bro. Do you know? Have you done it? Have you done it, bro? Because I don't know, bro. I just haven't done it, bro. I haven't done it, so I don't know. You're the guy that literally doesn't know anything, so, and you literally admit you're crazy. I love Eddie. You know what? I'm starting to love him. I'm starting to like Eddie Bravo because of how nutty he is, dude. I love it. It's like with Jesse Lee Peterson on a certain level. I don't know if he's real or not. It's like with Jesse Lee Peterson. I don't know if he's truly being serious and real or you know, half serious and just half bullshit. I don't know, dude. I feel like with Eddie Bravo, he actually means it, but man, he's just out there. Just out there.
Entire world.
They're too busy.
Right. It's just there's
not
only
enough
so
time.
much shit. You can let people
Hey,
take care of
listen, people got
themselves.
lives. I get
You
it.
can let
They
people
got
take
keys.
care of
They got-
themselves.
Hey, Illuminati got keys.
They got keys.
I get it. There's not enough time for mind control experiments. There's too much shit going on.
Well, they definitely have done some mind control experiments too. That's
No,
what
I'm
also
saying
part of the
if I
problem is.
rep-
You better tell me this because I know you know the fucking answer, bro.
Am I as a dictator?
Hold
Bro,
on.
I want you to
As
answer.
a-
No,
as a
I think you
tyrannical
got your. I think you got your finger.
Oh my
I
God.
want to know right now on this podcast who's running this country.
I have no idea.
Come on, bro.
I don't know.
Give me a little.
There we go. There we go. Yep. He always does that, dude. He's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Have you done it? Have you proved it? Because I don't know. Do you know? Because I don't know. You know, so I don't know, bro. You should tell me. I don't know. I know, bro. I don't know, bro. He does that too. He's like, it's like, what the fuck? The guy's just all over the place, man. He's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's like, this guy is like on, like, he really is on like a different level than us, dude. He's on, I don't know what level you can even call that. I don't even know if it's above us. I think it's probably more below, but I don't know. It's just like he's on some level. I kind of on some level. Speaking of levels, there's a lot of leveling going on, but I wouldn't mind for a moment checking out his level to see what is going on that level, dude. Like, what is going? What do you like?
Yeah, because I know you got a fucking
I
idea.
don't know.
Bro, you're playing dumb right now.
I'm gonna guess.
Go ahead.
Based on nothing but circumstantial evidence. I'm gonna guess.
Hold on. Did you
People
guess?
that control the banks. That's I don't know.
Who would they be?
Rothschilds. I don't know. That's
We
what I hear.
did,
I could be wrong.
hold on
That
a
could be Rothschilds. Could be a complete
No, it's not.
fabrication.
That's
I don't
we
know.
looked up on the internet
I
the
don't
other
know.
day, and the Rothschilds, like the family. Here's what's
The
hilarious:
internet?
it's 1 billion to like 70 trillion, 700 trillion.
700
What?
billion, yeah.
700 billion or trillion?
What's
700
this number? What
Like,
is it?
the amount of money they own. It's either
Is it-
1
are they
billion
real? The
or
Rothschilds
7.
real?
Oh, 100%.
That's real.
Oh, 100%.
There's a family
Yeah.
that owns all the banks.
No, there's
They're not all the
The
bank. Oh my
family
god. Can we get more like? There has to be a point where he's just ranting for a while, dog. They have Joe talk for the most part. Boo! Boo! I just want Eddie Bravo being fucking doing. You know, I'll just look up some random because I'll just look it up. That'll be a lot easier than just looking off on these random little suggestions off on the side situation. Oh, here we go. This one's actually pretty recent.
You guys are gonna hate me for this.
What?
You know what I want? I want one example, Eddie, of why we should believe the Earth is flat. That's what I
Are
want.
you kidding me?
You son of a bitch.
I want it so bad, and I am high and drunk.
I don't. We can
And
talk
you
about
guys want it
flat Earth
too.
as long as it's a joke and it's funny.
I'm
Because
cool.
if it gets angry, then
Dude,
it's not fun.
I'm not married to that. It's round.
It's not
joke, I'm
fun.
married
What the
to it.
fuck?
Hey, I want you to
Jokey.
Convince me that it's flat.
There's no way I could do that. Man.
God, really? There's not one example?
It takes about a year and a half. Like one
Year and a half.
A year? What the fuck? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh my god! It takes like maybe like a year and a half to be indoctrinated in one of their community cults or something, but like it doesn't take a year and a half to study to know if there is. What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my lord! This is what I love about him. It's just like, where does he come up with this? He obviously had to have fucking seen it somewhere. So he's just parrying to what other people have said. So I'm wondering who initially said this shit. Like, where does he find this shit, dude? Where does he find this stuff? Like, what the fuck? You know? Like, how? Like, fascinating.
That's too much.
Very hard. The indoctrination's so strong. You look at your son's cartoons.
The indoctrination's so strong. Yeah, that's probably why it takes a year and a half to believe something like the world is flat. Because you need to be indoctrinated. Oh my lord. Oh god, this guy's goof. This guy's a goofball. He's a goofball. He's a goofball.
It's all space. I look at all my shit, all the shit my son likes. His everything is there. Space.
I'm doing research on this
Space,
currently.
space,
I want to direct everyone to hashtag space is fake. I've been doing research on
check
space
that
being
out.
fake.
Check
Is that real? Site?
Yeah, hashtag space is fake is something I'm investigating for my next hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for legitimately looking deep into
Dude,
people
flat
that
Earth- there's
flat
so much
earthers
material
mock
there.
them.
There's
Flat
so-
Earth is like, what? Space is fake. What?
No.
You dumb
You flat
motherfucker.
earthers like
it's the
flat
same
earthers.
thing.
Chill.
No, it's the same thing.
Okay.
You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong.
Is
Well,
everybody-
Here we
I
go.
think this is not
Everybody-
very organized.
No, what I'm saying is
I gotta think I
everybody
couldn't
that
have it
thinks-
all wrong.
No,
There's
everybody,
way.
anybody that thinks the Earth is flat, they totally don't believe what we're taught about what's above us. So
So
when
the
people
sun?
say space
Wait a
is
minute.
fake,
Yeah, because they believe pseudoscience bullshit. What do you think? What do you think? They're not taught because they believe pseudoscience. It's not even science. Well, some of it is because they twist it for their narrative. But it's not real. It's pseudo. It's bullshit. What are you talking? Oh my god. What a way to make the obvious point and not see it. Like, you make the point about why it's just bullshit, and then at the same time, you're further encouraging it! And you don't see it! Oh my god!
they
What about the
mean-
sun?
They mean all the stuff, information we're getting, you're lying about that shit. That, it's not that it doesn't exist. Of course it exists. We see
Right,
it.
of course.
But space is fake sounds ridiculous. Like
There's
we're
something up
looking
there.
at it and it's fake. That's ridiculous. That's
just
not what
the
it means. It
Truman
means
Show.
that all the information we got about all
We're
those
off.
lights in the sky,
Yeah, something
they're
else.
lying. They're lying
NASA's
to
lying?
us. They're lying to us.
Why would NASA lie?
And there's a reason, and
why
I can sit
wouldn't
here
they
and tell
lie?
you, but
It goes back to NASA's lying to us, bruh. NASA's lying to us, bruh. I'm just gonna let you know this. NASA isn't the only one in space doing stuff. NASA's pretty much like one. This is like the second. The Soviet space program is the first, technically. And now we have like private companies like SpaceX and shit. You got the European Union got their own thing. China got their own thing going. Fuck, the Chinese just got on the other side of the dark moon and shit, you know? It's like, so... Like, if NASA's lying, then what about literally the rest of the organizations? Are they also lying? Are they all are all these governments, and a lot of them don't like each other, by the way, are all in cahoots somehow, saying that shit up there is fake? Or at least they're lying to what it is? Or lying to us what it actually is? What?
you guys don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
So I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't.
Can you give us
But I'm gonna force myself.
the cliff notes?
The cliff notes are, man.
Have you studied any kind of a?
He doesn't need to
From-
be. Let's hear just a few of it.
The goal has always been for the most powerful emperors is a one world government. They always wanted a one world government. All the Roman emperors, they try to figure out, they try to do different combinations. How about and they would fall, and a new emperor would come and go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking rule
World
the world
domination, in other
with-
words.
I'm not gonna let my soldiers get married. That way we'll have a stronger army. They have different philosophies. Everyone believed different shit. But they all wanted a one world government. There's no way to have a fucking one world government.
We're using the term one world government extremely vague. Because a one world government can mean a lot of different things. Because one world government could be like a very fascistic type of view, a dystopia, or it could be a very utopian style society, however that is. So, and also it potentially could be something like the European Union or something. And also could be like something as bad as the U.S. It could be something as it could be a multitude of different things, yo. So, sure, all these different. Well, I mean, I guess you were even saying it because they all had different philosophies for this idea, but I feel like the underlying premise you're trying to make here is that one world government is inherently wrong, which it isn't. Like, because I think part of my futurist philosophy is that we should at least strive to get the ball rolling to get a one world government, because I think that's something we could achieve, and I think it's something we should work our way towards, but it's just not achievable now in our current society. But in the future, we don't know what the fuck society is going to be, so that's why I feel like we should at least try to strive for a futurist philosophy that will benefit everybody, which is why I think, at least for my philosophy's sake, why I think a one world government would be a good option, at least in the long term. Short term, I don't think it's possible at all. I mean, we don't have to go down that list. Fuck, there's like wars. I mean, there's mass corruption. There's also wealth income inequality, all sorts of stuff, dude. So, I mean, that's just going down a plethora of lists. But I like how I'm just entertaining this idea of his. What the fuck? What am I doing?
Nobody's into that shit. Right. Not even other rulers from small.
I just explained how I'm for it.
Countries are like, one world government, that's going to put me out of a job. Fuck your one world government.
Based on what claims? Because, again, a one world government could mean any form of government, though. So, a one world government doesn't necessarily have to put a country out of a job, as you put it, which doesn't make sense because a country can't be put out of a job. But a country could get destabilized due to high unemployment or due to high poverty rates, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but I feel like our current system perpetrates that and encourages that a lot more compared to what these hypothetical one world government scenarios could be. But again, we don't know what the outcomes of that will be because that's never been achieved. It's never even been attempted, nor has it ever even, I think, been attempted to be even executed. I mean, I think there's been ideas and concepts to get into that route, but I don't think that that's been attempted. I know that it's definitely been, an idea and a concept for a very, very long time. I will definitely give them that. But again, one world government isn't necessarily inherently a bad idea. In fact, I mean, depending on the philosophy of that one world government, it could be a tremendous idea. Tremendous, believe me.
People that don't know shit about politics don't want a one world government. Sure. There's no way you're going to.
I think that's why people don't know shit about politics. Due to a very shitty education system. Last stream, I talked about that a little bit. I mean, about how fucked up it is. I mean, due to the just the way it's systemic, how the system operates and the curriculums that are enforced, to the standards, to a lack of teachers, to a lack of wages, to lack of proper adequate funding, instead of what we're doing now, which is either barely funding it or just throwing money and hoping that solves the problem, which it doesn't. So, I mean, it's, there's a lot of different reasons why people aren't, quote, don't give a shit. And you know what? There are people who legitimately don't. That's fine. Like, if people are gonna get involved in it, I want them to know and give a shit about it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna just get involved and be like, I don't know, you know, and just like be complicit or be oblivious to what's really happening and to the issues, and you're just following tribe A or tribe B or whatever tribe you know confirms to your personal biases, and just go off that. Like, I mean, I'd rather you not vote basically at that point. You know, like, I'd see merit, you know, for someone like that not voting. But, you know, if they actually do give a shit, then I mean, I see a lot more of and who actually understand and know about it, then I can actually see the reasons, you know, why they should, and would try to give the argument for it. But again, that's just due to a very shitty education system. And on top of that, I think there's also just many other factors, but I think that would make the top 3. So I'll just let that be my main point on it. But anyway, I could go on about the other ones, but
Sell the one
I won't.
world government. It's impossible. The only way.
It's not impossible.
The only way to make a one world government work is to have the people embrace it. They have to want it.
Sure. And that's why I think we should talk about, you know, a philosophy of how we should instill, at least in the long term, one world government, or at least how we think we should instill it based on our philosophies, and debate them, and, you know, and have discussions, and, you know, continue the conversation of that idea. And, you know, I think that's how you'll be able to get people to at least embrace the idea more. Whether they agree or disagree, they can at least be like, hey, well, then I can at least respect the idea, you know, but here's my personal disagreements as to why. And then, you know, oh, well, I personally agree with the idea. Here's my reasons why, like, you know, like I did, or, you know, earlier. So it's like, yeah, sure, you know. I wouldn't even say necessarily embrace, but at least understand and know of the concept, and know that, you know, there's multiple ways you can go about this idea, and that, you know, there's a plethora of philosophies, and you can make it even your own, that on how you can go about doing, you know, a one world government.
Because nobody wants it. So the trick is to make people want it, to embrace it. There's only one way.
I gotta pee.
There's only
Hold
one
on.
way.
Oh, this is very
You're gonna
important.
miss
I've
out
heard
on
this. I know this.
Okay. I don't know.
The only way, and they've known this forever. The Vatican knew this. The Vatican, the Pope wanted to rule the world. They all knew it, but they couldn't do it. They all knew it, but they knew one way. But there's no way how they're
What's
gonna
the
pull it
one way,
off.
man?
The only way is if there was some
Get to the point. My God.
extraterrestrial threat.
Extraterrestrial threat? Hold up. What evidence is there of an extraterrestrial threat, sir? Look, I do believe there is other life out there. And I do believe that there is a good chance that there's probably sentient life out there similar to us. Now, I don't know how close or far away they are. I would probably give the gander and the idea that they're probably across our fucking galaxy or some shit. And I would definitely at least say there's a good 50-50 chance that there's definitely, you know, sentient life similar to us in other galaxies. I would, you know, make that argument. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, the idea that these sentient life could potentially reach us and then invade us or enslave or whatever this invasion is, it's like almost damn near improbable, yo. Like, what?
From up above us. That would
because the cosmos is so fucking huge. Like, incomprehensibly big. Your point?
Be the only way to have everyone embrace the one world government. They all knew that for years.
But it didn't work
That's
so
the
far.
plan. They could never
It's a
make
shitty
it work.
plan, though.
They didn't have the technology 500 years ago. The Vatican knew about it. They wanted it. And you go to the Vatican, you see paintings of like
Have you been there?
UFOs with aliens in them. And back when I used to believe in
missing all the
UFOs,
chat.
before I figured out that UFOs they want us to believe in UFOs. They're preparing us for a fake alien invasion. That's always been the plan. A one world government. The only way to do it is to get us to embrace it. And the only
What's wrong with embracing the idea? I embrace it. What's wrong with nothing wrong with the idea. I like this underlying narrative that it's inherently a bad thing. It's like, what? Not necessarily. Joe, I gotta take a piss, Rogan. Damn. First ever government sent object space of Germany. Oh yeah, it actually makes sense with the Third Reich and shit. Yeah. The Center of Disease Control should schedule Joe Rogan's comment section as a carcinogen. I agree with that. Can we just make the YouTube comment section entirely a carcinogen? Because I'm pretty sure the entire YouTube comment section is a carcinogen. Like I'm 100% positive on that. I'm 150% positive that the entire YouTube comment section is inherently fucking a carcinogen, a very toxic carcinogen. God love Eddie Bravo though. He's a goofball. Very peculiar. Very peculiar individual situation. Oh no. Wow.
We're gonna go in and share this letter, and we're gonna do it all together. Share it in front of Feinstein. We're asking her to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
We are trying
Cool.
to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We have our own Green New Deal.
Some scientists have said that we have 12 years to turn this around.
Well, it's not
The
going to get
government's
turned
supposed-
around in 10 years.
the
What we
government's
can
supposed
do,
She said 12, you dumb.
If
is
this
put
doesn't get turned around
ourselves-
in 10 years, you're looking at the faces of the people who are going to be living with these
Guess what?
consequences.
The government
And-
is supposed to be for the people and by the people and all
you know
for the
what's
people.
interesting about this group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing.
Oh my god. Go fuck yourself, you smug. Oh my god.
You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be representing your fucking constituents, you dumb cunt.
I don't respond to that.
Well, to get the fuck out of office.
I've gotten elected. I just ran.
Oh my fucking. Oh my god. I actually will explode if I fucking keep going on this video. Oh my god. I legitimately will fucking explode. I'm not going to fucking explode, so. I'm just gonna avoid that one. I'm gonna avoid that one because I don't want to explode because of some poor fucking kids who give a fuck about their own plant. Oh my motherfucker. This motherfucker, dude.
You know I smoke a lot of grass.
Literally walking in with an open fucking beer. Oh my god.
Oh Lord, the
Literally.
universe and God and myself. God himself had a creator, created another universe outside of ours. Multiplicity of life and creation all
Oh my
around.
God.
There's a design of fucking shit all around, all around. You can't really be a believer in God or believe in atheism because there's just
I
creation, motherfucker. It's just fucking shit all
No.
around. There's fucking things happening, and we all can agree on that.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
which
So
is
let's
why-
talk about it and be civil. Let's not be brats.
I mean, we left that conversation at least like 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was
now.
on the bus, and it like it got very weird with some of the other shit you were playing. I was like, "This is whack. I'm done." I talked to Tyler. I got him off his ass.
Okay.
He's coming.
Sweet.
Yeah, man. How's it going, matey?
All right.
Dude, legit though, man. Because there's a lot of atheist shit I believe in, bro. But I'm not an atheist exactly. But like, you know, I believe in like all kinds of shit, bro. Think that somehow you can like make all the shit work into one way, you know? It's all like,
Well, I mean,
somehow.
atheism is a lack thereof of a belief. So I mean,
No, that's agnostic. That's different. Atheism,
No.
literally, no. The literal term for atheism means is you don't have a belief in God at all. There's no God. That's what atheism means. There's no God. You believe in no God.
Protestants is the absence of belief. Yeah, lack thereof of belief in existence of deities. So
Yes,
that's
exactly. That doesn't mean that you don't have belief in something.
Well, no,
No.
that's what
That
that's
doesn't
exactly
mean. I'm
what
not
it
talking
means.
about God. I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about.
Deities doesn't essentially exactly mean God. It can
Yeah,
mean
but I'm
higher-
not even talking anything about deities. I'm talking about there's fucking Confucianism, which is a way of life, not anything about afterlife or before life. It's about this is how you should live your life because it's the right thing to fucking do. Like you believe that we should stop probably fucking burning fossil fuels because it's the right thing to do, right?
Well, that's just objectively just due to the
Right.
scientific data given
Yeah.
the fact of
Well, but why was it the right thing to do? Because it's wrong to
There's that-
destroy other organisms'
Well, I mean-
habitats, including our own.
Well, I mean, that's how we were supposed to continue our existence.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like it's
adapt.
let's say we were like immortal, we couldn't be harmed. It's still wrong to kill other things.
But I mean,
you know,
I mean, life
and-
can't. I mean, there's.
You get what I mean?
most
That's
life
a
isn't
belief.
immortal, though.
It's still you believe in things. I can still have a conversation with you.
Well, I
you
mean,
get what I mean? Like,
I mean, the
there's-
belief. I
what-
mean,
what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of Christians out there, bro, that won't want to have a conversation with an atheist.
well, yeah, which is
It's just fucking ignorant.
well, yeah.
Because Jesus would.
Well, I mean,
Jesus
I
would
mean,
totally
anyone
sit
with just
down.
an open mind, at least, or at least enough of one, you would at least listen to an opposing side and challenge your own views.
Yeah, well, not even challenge. They're just sometimes like fucking some of the greatest fucking most wise people are just listeners.
I mean, sure.
They
I
say-
mean,
say
I
they
mean,
don't say
but
much.
yeah, I mean, though in a sense, they're still challenging their views by listening to other ideas that would
Challenging their own
influence-
views. Yes.
Yeah, that's you know.
Is
just
that
the
what you
whole
meant?
pro-
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant challenging others.
Well, no, I mean, I meant
There's a
like their
different-
own views, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like in taking other perspectives and different ideas and shit. Yeah,
But that's what I do. People mistake because I like to throw my weight around that. Like that means that I don't take in what others are saying, and that's
Yeah.
not true. There's plenty of atheist religions out there. Religion doesn't necessarily have to do with deities.
I mean, that atheism doesn't involve religion.
No,
though.
yes, it does. I've studied multiple religions that are atheists.
But
They
like
do not believe. They
that's
do not
an
believe in
oxymoron,
any.
though. I
They don't
mean-
believe in deities, but they still have a congregated belief system.
So they're like spiritual, and then probably
Not spiritual
the-
necessarily. They still have a belief that this is something that there's activities and ways of life that they need to do.
So probably a theistin, which
No.
is a broad defined belief just of existence of just a higher being or a deity or just a higher thing.
No deities. There's no deities. They believe in no fucking existence.
Well, it's in a higher entity,
No.
which an entity is anything. It could be like a matter. It could just be like an energy. It could be
No,
whatever.
they don't believe in that. No. I'm literally talking about people that believe that's like there's different people's. There's in India. There's a bunch of religions. There's like at least 3 that popped up that were not like Buddhist type. Like Buddhists actually don't believe in anything really, but they do believe like this would be more Buddhist. You're right, because they still believe in like the universe, and that when you achieve Buddha, when you achieve Buddhahood, you don't become a god. You achieve unity with the universe, which would be a theism, like what you're saying.
Well,
but there's other religions.
Well, that's
that actually,
Buddhism is just a specific. Well, theism is just a whole broad aspect.
Yes, I understand.
I mean, theism or Buddhism is just.
We are saying the
specific.
same thing. We are agreeing right now. What I'm trying to say is there's other actual religions I studied in not just India, but in Eastern like Korea and Japan. These are different ideas where they have a congregated, sect of belief. This is how we're going to live our lives together, and because, for example, there's things that one person can do on their own, right?
Sure.
And then you have 100 people. Now you can do a big thing, right?
Well, because you're working as a collective at that point.
Exactly. So they get together and they say, we're going to do this because it's the right thing to do. And it's a belief system. And it's usually cultural. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about, where it's specific to certain places in the world.
Sure.
But it's still an interesting idea that I agree with. You know what I mean? I don't have to. I can objectively go into this with throw my fucking God out of this and say, yeah, dude, I totally agree with you guys. I don't have to bring my God into their world. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. At that point, then you're just
fucking
discussing.
bullshit. That's just fucking
discussing
bullshit.
the philosophy of just your ethics at that point.
Yeah. What really I'm trying to do is understand this so that we can both agree. Like the main thing I'm always trying to do is trying to find common ground. I'll only get mad when people are trying to deny me of that. Like when they get mad that I'm trying to say we're the same, then they this happens all the time with Black people. I'm sorry, and Mexicans, and when I'm like, yo guys, we're actually really similar, and they get mad.
Well, I mean, you would have to we're similar because we're human. I mean, we're similar. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but people want to forget that. They want to forget that. That's why we go to wars and shit. Because
because of tribalism and shit.
Because we forget that shit.
Tribe B does not we do not like Tribe B. So as Tribe A, we attack Tribe B.
Even though
that type of mentality, essentially,
30% of Tribe B is genetically the same as Tribe A.
Essentially, yeah, and also there's just similarities in. I mean, you're the same fucking species.
Economic structures of how resources are distributed and fucking all kinds of systems that are the fucking same.
But it's basically just based off of different goal. I mean, it's just because they have different views or ideas or whatever. It's essentially that we just go after an attack or whatever.
Neanderthals are humans. So why am I not human because I'm part Neanderthal? Let me ask you that.
Well,
Neanderthals made art, weapons. They had complex language. They cared for babies. They had all the same shit that makes us human.
Well, they're archaic humans.
They're still fucking human, bro. So fuck people like Caesar that want to you're less human, you're subhuman because you're part Neanderthal.
I mean,
but Caesar's part Neanderthal because he's Mexican, which Mexicans are part Neanderthal because they're part Spaniard. And then there's his half white side, so he's definitely Neanderthal.
There's there's a huge fucking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's because it comes from this whole fucking tree. I mean, there's.
I know the tree. I know the tree. I've seen. Yeah. I've researched the trees.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's not even a tree. It's a bush.
I mean, it's literally. I mean, it's literally right here.
It's a bush. It's a bush. It's a bush.
I mean, well, it's
no.
Well, literally,
this is the bush. Here's the bush. You have most of the shit is like this, and it goes towards the sun, right? and then you have like
I
the
mean,
little
how it's
back end.
always been.
There's like the little back end of the bush. It's not.
it's
doesn't have
literally-
much light. That's where we're from. We're like from like the not like predominant. We're like the weirdos in the corner, leaves, of a plant, like the weirdo leaves over here. Like we get some sunlight. You know what I mean? With the tree, you know what I mean? That we're like
Yeah.
those. We're like the weirdos.
But I mean, we branch off all from this
Yes.
one.
Ancestor.
It's called the Tree of Life. I mean, it's always been referred to. I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
we
we all
mentioned
we
it's
all
a
probably
bush.
come from fucking fungi or whatever at one point. Like
Yeah, I think it's down to like a small group or very few like algae and bacteriums and shit.
oh well, yeah,
And
of
that-
all life,
yeah.
of all life. Oh yeah, but I mean like, I'm not gonna go into bacteria. I mean more like complex.
Well, yeah, I mean because
fungus
eventually.
fungus is
'cause
probably
eventually-
the first really complex organism.
Well, the first multicell complex life was a bigger, different bacterium cell thing at the time.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Well, duh.
Eventually,
But
symbiotically.
it's a multi-cell. That doesn't mean it's complex, in my opinion. My opinion, what makes it complex there has to be more characteristics than just multi-cell.
Well, yeah. I mean, because it eventually over time goes over.
There's just
and
so many
evolves.
characteristics of life now.
Yeah, I mean, because it eventually evolved to become all these different characteristics.
I think
characteristics of
really
life
what
and
it
shit.
is just this probably has to be like at least different 10. There has to be a certain amount of adaptations that this species has for its existence to make it a complex organism. I feel like that might be the definition. There's something similar to that, it has to meet a benchmark of some sorts.
Well, I
Like-
mean, it has to meet the scientific definitions.
Well, yeah, but like what is a cell? The definition of a cell. It meets like a lot of benchmarks. Like
Yeah.
not just one complete definition on its own. It's like a fucking long ass sentence of all these things it has to do to make it living cell. You know what I mean? Like
Well, so there's about only one cell.
well, yeah, unicell, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
just like what is a cell, like what makes it alive? Like when we sit down and what is the definition
I mean, it's just
of a living organism? What is the what makes something alive?
I mean, a lot of-
it reproduces, right?
Yeah,
You
and
know,
also
like-
there's a lot of chemical
Yeah, with carbon.
activities going on
Yeah,
as well and
like you
everything. That's-
have different
that's the main-
ionization of carbon, for one.
Yeah,
You know.
because that's how it happens.
With carbon dating and shit.
Well, no, that's not what I was meaning. I'm meaning with like how how a lot of life operates is a lot. It's through like just reaction from environment with the chemical responses to that as well. And,
Yeah,
like,
well,
yeah,
yeah. That's reaction to stimuli or whatever.
yeah.
To try and maintain homeostasis. You see, there's
Of
a
its
but
life, yeah.
But that's like two different definitions. That's two different characteristics. You could just be reacting to your stimulus for whatever reason. Homeostasis is a whole new thing. Like it's its own individual. You know what I mean? There's all these little things that come together and make life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm
I mean,
saying,
well,
like,
yeah.
It's like a very tough thing to define.
I mean,
And-
well, there's there's a lot of laws and where am I fucking little thing go? But there's laws and principles to how life, at least as we currently know it, is supposed to function.
Yeah.
I mean, which is
But
Yeah.
is it possible that there are universes that have different laws or they have similar laws but they have different intensities? Like what if gravity is more intense in a different universe or
well,
whatever?
it's just more intense depending on the mass of.
Well, you're
the
right.
object.
Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
that. But like you get what I'm saying. Another force of some sort. Like there's a
Well, I mean, if there's other universes, it would be incomprehensible how they would be because
Yeah,
they're just
but it's
they're
just-
not even within our own.
I know, but let's say hypothetically they're similar, and that like, what if there's a universe that has twice as many black holes or whatever? Like, is life possible? Or you know what I mean? Like in the sense that we understand life is, Like these are interesting questions to have because we have like a working definition of what life is.
Yeah, which is why I think a lot of these projects going out to Europa and these projects going to like Alpha Centauri and these exoplanets
and
are so
Titan.
important. Yeah, because they're so important because I think a lot to try to understand a lot of the fundamentals of life is go to these places where there's high probability, just depending on just because of the activity that's happening on these little moons and other little bodily objects that are around.
Well, like I had my PhD geography teacher at the end of his natural. I took all of his classes and I took his last one, and he was like, coming from Bulgaria probably is a believer in Catholic or some kind of like Byzantine, Christian belief.
Probably like an Orthodox.
Yeah, it's
something.
It's pretty probably, but it was interesting that that would go against what he told me would go against that like traditional belief, because he's like, what if life is planted like seeds on asteroids? You put a bacteria on an asteroid, like say the Earth, like, and then you had
like an asteroid hit the Earth and then a lot of
say
mass
even this, because hypothetically, what if the original life was virus first? Not because RNA, we know RNA came before DNA. A simpler form of
it's just a more simpler form of it. Yeah,
and they have RNA. So what if
panspermia? Yeah, that's the theory of it, panspermia.
Yeah, and so they go dormant pretty easy. Yeah. They can survive pretty in
and there's also little different little things of life too.
They can die. They can die. Essentially, they can be dead. Yeah, and then they.
Yeah, like there's there's also little different creatures. There's this. It's called a water bear, and that thing can even survive the vacuum of space too. Even so. Yep.
So
that thing is literally everywhere on Earth.
This is what I'm saying. This is like outside of human life, like just like life.
Yeah,
living things. Like when hypothetically, let's say the whole fucking solar system, but they're still going to be genetic material.
Yeah,
out there.
Like I mean, think about like when the dinosaurs, when the mass extinction event wiped out most of the dinosaurs.
Maybe there was like, fucking material that jettisoned.
Yeah, I mean the idea that could happen, and then those rocks are just now going off. But
maybe they found liquid water somewhere.
Or they landed on a planet that had
liquid water,
the compounds for life. Yeah,
liquid water's key.
Yeah, H2O is definitely key.
It's not just H2O; it's the liquid water. Literally, like there's many reasons why, because the properties of water they're not there in mist, or like they don't work as well.
Well, yeah, because it becomes a gas at that point.
Yeah, cohesion of gas liquid water doesn't work really. Like it's not a thing as much. But condensation still exists. Like that's a thing in gas form, but liquid still has condensation too. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Liquid gives you so many different options for electrons to behave. That's and that's really what I'm like. I personally believe that the universe was meant to become more and more complex in its material.
I mean, it's just
generally.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always been very complex and something
No, originally it was mainly just gases of helium and.
Well, yeah, that was the first generation of stars, essentially.
But it became more and more complex because of pressure.
Well, yeah, because eventually, these stars died, and then those atoms got crushed and became not just that, but a lot of the matter and
exponential.
Well, that takes in energy a lot of times because they're
They jettison out all the new materials.
Yeah, and I'm not just talking about that, but when these stars explode into like nebulas or supernovas and whatever, like when
they also make new materials.
Yeah, and with the first generation stars, they were able to make a lot of the metallically rich compounds and elements that eventually came to form the second generation stars, which our star is part of. Yeah. And now there's like a third, and I think a fourth are kind of popping around.
It's really is kind of like I look at Star Wars on its broader scale, like
just the whole lore in the universe itself.
They had like the Mangolian Wars were fucking tens of thousand years before the whole old Republic conflict, which is like
Mandalorian, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean though? Like Holy shit! Imagine if we were in the Mandalorians and then like humans and shit.
I mean, with things,
you know what I mean?
I
Think
mean,
about
with-
it though. Like it's gonna be like that probably. Like hypothetically, if we can like be smart enough
and get in this Star Trek-y, Star Wars-y utopia. Well, not maybe Star Wars-y, but like Star Trek-y utopia society.
Well, we would have to do that at first for sure.
Well, yeah.
But we don't know that Star Wars didn't have to do that to get to the level Star Wars was.
Well, I mean, it's just a whole.
Star Wars might have had to be a utopian planets that like got to a level to where they could have huge conflict the way they have in Star Wars. Star Wars,
I mean,
in my
there is
opinion,
background.
bigger. I think it's bigger than Star Trek. Like the world of Star Wars is a little larger. I really do. I think it's a little larger.
Well, they're not even really comparable because one's based off of our universe, and the other one's a totally fictional, creative universe that even fans have like done shit with. I mean, well, same with Star Trek too.
I still believe that one's larger than the other.
But I mean,
it's weird to say that.
I mean,
the
they're
same
only really
size.
comparable
Are you
in
trying to
size.
say they're the same size?
Well, by
They're not.
universe. Well, if we're gonna
They're
say
not.
by universe, I mean, sure, but I mean by like.
They're definitely in the same format of universe. Don't try and say they're not. They have similar laws and shit.
Well, they definitely don't because Star Wars has like this totally separate entity of the Force and stuff, but Star Trek has nothing of that.
Fuck off with that. Don't even.
It's-
throw that out the window. Just don't even.
How
they're the
can you?
same
That's
with-
a core
they're the
fundamental
same-
of the Star Wars
they're-
universe, though. There's nothing the same about that. I mean,
it
this
is similar though. It's a metaphor for our universe and how life dies. Okay, and then it
Because
gives back to other
the
life.
Star Wars universe is meant to be like a metaphor of a lot of our.
Duh.
Yeah.
So stop being a smartass.
Well, I mean,
you
because
already know what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, it's not meant to be taken so like literal. It's meant to be
It's
have fun with.
beautiful.
It's just. Well, yeah, because such a I think
All those
with the
people
I mean, because
who
I
hate
think
climate change, they don't believe it. They should fucking watch Star Wars and cry.
I don't know what they should be watching shit about. Like they should be like they should be stuck in a room full of climate scientists and have them push it down their fucking throats instead. But
Nah, this should be like, see how climate change is the same as like when Yoda died.
How is it when Yoda what? That
I'm sorry, bro, but you have to admit that's fucking hilarious. No.
I am more confused, honestly. What? Huh?
Well, I'm saying it's a metaphor.
Well,
okay?
yeah,
So
I know. I mean, I know, but it's
he dies. He gives his carbon and all his materials back to like the earth, so they can like give back to other life and shit. It's cool. It's a cool idea, and that's what the Force is. The Force is supposed to be able. It's supposed to be this, like, just the compilation of all living.
Well, I mean,
and dead.
Yeah.
Fucking living things, fucking energies together.
Yeah, I mean, if you
to
want
be channeled into,
if you're saying that,
but then they say that's the same. Like you
hold on,
don't believe
let me-
in God, but like I do, and I believe that the Force might be a metaphor for God. But I'm not gonna push that on you.
Well, I mean, I would think it is. I mean,
I don't know, but
because I mean, the whole idea of like the Jedi and like the Sith and stuff are like essentially like different religious sects in a sense, if you think about it too. So I mean, I still would say that it is.
Yeah,
So to a lot of
I
extent.
really do believe though. Like, listen to me, hear me out on this. That hear this. If God, like it says in the Bible, that God, that as man is, God once was, and that means that God would have had a God, and then God would have had a God, and then God would have had a God. So then that means that there's like this energy of like, you know what I mean, like natural.
But then how would there be such a perpetual?
What if gods die? They actually have a real death, and the reason why there's that perpetual is because they're trying to reproduce. And that's just what life does, right? Like, there's probably some kind of explanation for that shit. Because if you have to understand, there's like, if it says it in the Bible or something that's concrete as that, you can't like, you know what I mean, throw it out. I'm not saying that you have to believe in it or not. I'm just saying for people that are Christians that come at you, like, use their own fucking shit against them.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I actually, me and Tyler, when we had, Speaking of
Tyler.
Me and Tyler actually, I did that with Robert. We actually had a Bible and we were looking at some verses that were a little like, what the fuck?
Oh
And-
yeah, we're looking at Deuteronomy, Old Testament.
Well, which one? Deuteronomy 28.
Actually, just sifting through most of them.
Deuteronomy.
Just all over the
so
place,
Deuteronomy
honestly.
28 is true. It is curses.
Curses?
It is a true curses. It is curses upon those that chose to follow.
Wait,
Take the name
what
upon-
is it?
Take the name upon the Christ, right, and then turn their
Right.
backs upon God again. So you take covenants with God, and then you like turn your backs on Him. It's like what Moses,
Right.
when Moses took the Jews out of Egypt,
Oh yeah.
and he had to wander in the desert for 40 years because they chose to keep worshiping multiple gods and
Right,
having.
and the golden calf.
Yeah,
Most notably.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
This is 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it is like, and this is an Old Testament God, the God that this guy was going off on. You know that guy. He was like, he
Yeah.
won't kill people. God was cool with people dying.
Or
God was good with that.
that video I made
Yeah,
earlier.
that's the Old Testament Jewish God.
But the thing is that's how you know that the whole entire Bible is just militant. It's gospel.
flawed
It's
in a lot
true
of ways.
compassionate gospel mixed with militant advocacy.
Yeah, that's
It's
Yeah,
literally
which
all
is-
it
Like, like you
Wrong,
know,
kind of
Joshua
wrong
and like
in
you
a lot
know
of
the
ways.
siege of Jericho. That's like a
I mean,
genocide.
in a lot of ways, I mean,
It's
it's just
true
wrong.
gospel mixed with militancy. There's prophets. Do you think those prophets wanted millions to die?
Oh hell no.
Probably no. Yeah.
But why would they be
But-
lumped in with the same thing that
Because
also advocates it?
200 years later, somebody decided to write a book after they were dead.
Yeah.
Well, if
And just
When
when
they-
put his
when
own
they're-
bias in it.
See, there's a difference between having personal faith and then like my faith is
yeah.
in this book.
Well, yeah,
My faith
like,
is in
I
this
mean, at
book.
the end of the day, I don't mind that, people have whatever belief system they do. Like, at the end of the day, I don't, whatever people believe, they're going to believe whatever they're going to
I
believe,
think that at the end of the day, we
Or
all should come
lack
up on
thereof.
common ground with some shit, or some kind of shit we could agree upon. Like that should be
Yeah.
the goal. And the ultimate goal in
Yeah.
the conversation about religion or politics is
I would be so in trouble if I was in
how
that
do we
position.
agree?
Well, I think with religion, that's
Oh, no,
that's
it's-
not going to be something we can answer because so many people have so many different beliefs and so many
They used
different
to do
ideas.
it though. They used to do it before though. Like look at
Huh?
look at Akbar the Great. Look him up on your computer right now. Akbar the Great, Indian, a Muslim. He was supposed to be Muslim, but he's not. Okay, he was the first religious tolerant monarch of India. He actually his capital that he
From
built.
1562.
Yes.
1605.
He built his own capital, brand new city. It was a world
Of
call.
the Mughal state. Yeah,
It
I'm
was
actually familiar with this.
World
a bit.
call to everyone. Bring your religious leaders and your philosophies, but be ready to have a level head. Don't bring your war. Be ready to build common ground on belief. Don't come here. And he had every week, Friday seminar. Come, and we'll all sit in a circle and we will talk
That's cool.
in an organized manner. It was really fucking cool, dude. And Queen of England wrote him a letter saying, I've heard of not just your greatness, but your humanity too.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I just found that. Vincent Arthur Smith observes that the merchant Mildenhall was employed in 1600 while the establishment of the company was under adjustment to bear a letter from Queen Elizabeth to Akbar requesting liberty to trade his dominions in terms on good as those enjoyed by the Portuguese.
Yeah, but
Huh.
if you read the actual letter, it speaks of it gives him
I'll
a
look-
lot of
yeah, I'll
compliments.
try to find that.
It gives him lots of compliments of what she's heard of his humanity. Because he said, if there is a God, right, because he's heard atheists come to him and talk, and he's like, and he is a sovereign, right, of all.
Yeah.
Then I'm a sovereign of some.
Okay.
Then does God subscribe to one religion? No, he can't. It's impossible. Couldn't do it.
Because
So
everyone has.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so he says, so as a ruler, I cannot subscribe to any either. It's the only right thing to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Essentially be deists and not abide by any but his own personal. Yeah. For
And-
me, that's like the the most respectful,
and then
at least.
religious tolerance. Oh, it's the right way to do things, mate. In Hinduism, oldest religion in the world, you would have kids, right? And just because you had traditional practice, that didn't mean they had to. There was no such thing as you're going to go to church today.
Yeah.
No, you woke up and you had your own very intimate and personal practice with whatever it was you were trying to worship. You did it in your own way. I mean,
Undertaken
yes.
In your own schedule.
Yes.
Some liberty and security of
We could reject. You could reject. This is my life. It's different than yours. I reject that traditional practice.
Yeah.
That's the old way.
To letter to John Newberry.
Well,
anointingly
that was an old
with
way,
those
and I
that would
agreed
be.
with it. So I don't. Think,
found the letter,
If
by
I
the way.
lived, if I lived before, I wouldn't eat shellfish because it would be unhealthy.
Yeah, especially back in that time, though.
Parasites.
Too. Yeah. You couldn't.
I found the
Circumcised my penis back then too.
I found the
I
letter.
don't want to give my girl like infections and you see like
Well,
found a
back
letter.
then, that was there wasn't
No
very
baths.
many,
no baths.
Yeah, there wasn't any hygiene back then.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there was some. I mean, there was early reports of hygiene from Egypt. I mean, also from the Romans too. they said.
Egyptians did also.
I'm
perform
talking,
public
but that was
circumcisions.
let's go. Yeah, but people were circumcising
It really
themselves before that.
depends on the region in the
Well,
world.
yeah, but
Like, I
that's
know
just
the
a little
Vikings,
fucked up anyway.
or
I mean,
should I say the
circumcision.
Nords? They were pretty.
What
much
about a
like-
15-year-old that says, "Yeah, dude, I'm in the Muslim religion"?
Well, if they
Believe in Allah.
personally want to, that's different. But I mean,
Chop my fucking foreskin off.
I mean, if they personally decide they want
I'm
to,
pretty sure that's
fine.
how it was originally.
Well, I mean, not with Judaism. The
I do.
original
No,
one.
I don't know if that
They-
was true. I don't know if that was true. You could think about like Muslims. They were only a couple hundred years after Judaism and
And even
Christianity.
Christianity. They're like the youngest religion. Out
Yeah,
of all
and
of
so
them.
yeah, I think they
monotheistic.
adopted the general. That would probably be likely the general practice.
Well, they adopted the Levitical practices.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't eat pork. Same with the Jews. And
That's what I'm saying. That's the
Yeah.
old practice. So I truly believe that the cutting your foreskin off is an older practice. and
Yeah,
that you did it at
the first
15.
recorded one
Yeah.
was in Egypt, in a
Oh,
historical
public
record.
circumcisions.
The earliest
They had, like,
reference dates back to
murals
around
in it.
400 BC.
Yeah, but when did they
And Jews.
circumcise the children? Or did they circumcise themselves when they were grown men?
Well, that was actually when they're
Because
these
you're
are
a
about 9 or
15-year-old.
10.
If you're 15, you're a fucking man, bro.
Circumcision was common,
Back then,
although
yeah,
not
'cause,
universal among
like,
ancient
life
Semitic
was-
peoples.
their life expectancy
You've been
was
through
shorter.
3 winters as a man. You know what I mean? Worked the fucking summer. Few
Minus-
times. You're a fucking
it's-
man.
Circumcision has ancient roots
Late
among several
sometimes,
ethnic groups in
bitch.
several subequatorial Africa and
Man,
still performed on
pray to my
adolescent
God.
boys to symbolize the Jews.
I cut my own wood.
So it's still performed on adolescent boys to symbolize their
killed a few
transition to
animals
warrior
and-
status or adulthood. So that was the
I do
tradition
think
of it.
that they really overcut.
In Judaism,
the-
circumcision has been
Personally, I think they
practiced-
overcut my foreskin a bit.
So yep,
I
it
feel like
was.
you could leave- you could leave some
in
foreskin.
Judaism,
You
circumcision.
should leave some at the end.
Hey,
Just for the
so
sake of it,
in Judaism, circumcision
Why-
has
why do you have to
traditionally.
get rid of the whole foreskin.
Hey, so
That is ridiculous.
You could just get rid of like half of
sake.
it, so it's not a fucking sack thing anymore. It's just like you got a little
Yeah.
foreskin bump.
So it
Women-
says-
women probably would like that shit. The little foreskin
So
bump.
circumcision has
Think
been
about it.
in
Let's do a
Judaism.
half circumcision.
So circumcision in Judaism has traditionally been practiced among males on the 8th day after birth. So
that's fucked
Yeah,
up.
they have to be 8
Yeah.
years old.
Nah,
and that's still practiced amongst some sects today, which is
Nah.
Now if
Hey, why cut the whole thing off?
there's literal reports. Yeah, and also the HIV has been spread amongst babies too, and I'm sure that's been happening even then too, and to some extent, maybe not HIV, but
Yeah,
other
really makes
diseases.
sense. Makes sense.
Circumcision
Yeah.
should be somebody's choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't want to be circumcised, they shouldn't be forced to upon infancy. That's just fucked.
At the same time, a woman shouldn't be forced to have sex.
Well, yeah.
With
Well,
the penis that she doesn't want inside of her.
Well, neither
Oh,
should
yeah.
a man either. If a man doesn't want to either,
doesn't
they shouldn't either.
necessarily-
Yeah, go get some dick in here, boy.
Oh,
You want my smegma?
sometimes
But like
it-
at the same time,
Stick
though,
'em
like,
up, stick 'em up.
as long as you
sometimes
clean
it-
the
sometimes
smegma,
it ain't
should
the
be
mood.
fine.
Sometimes you
just
ain't in the mood,
wash
you know what I'm saying?
regularly. There shouldn't even be smegma at that point. And also, there's just too much of an unfavorable view, I guess, towards uncircumcised
Dude,
penises.
so hey, hold up though. Another
That's a
thing.
little-
Another thing.
But due to this
Yeah,
practice,
weird.
it's
Yeah.
being so traditionalized.
Because it's so widespread due to that.
What about this? Forrest tried to tell me that people were shaving their bodies like thousands and thousands of years ago, and it was a popular thing.
That wouldn't have
Majority,
been popular.
majority of people have always been doing this.
I mean,
I was like, you're a fucking idiot.
okay.
Not very true.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's
No.
maybe a few cultures.
I'm not talking about just your genitals. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like
everywhere.
Oh.
I mean, you know, like-
'cause he was getting all insecure about a hair that was like here.
What the fuck?
Literally, I was just like, dude,
Who cares?
dude, love yourself. Like,
Who cares?
like,
But,
bro, I
like,
have people give me shit because I have fucking when I play basketball, bro. I got hella armpit hair and shit.
Like so,
So-
natural.
Dude, I got my arms like this, all tucked and shit. And it's just like,
it's like what?
and then I
So
got like 4 or 5 long back hairs. That
And
are
actually,
like,
I have a rebuttal to his argument because
people
like,
give me shit when I play basketball.
shaving would have been a lot more dangerous back then, even with razors. Like they wouldn't, because like even in the in the early 1900s,
plus it would have hurt.
it was still a risk to go see a barber and get shaved. There were a few accidents at times where they could have accidentally cut your jugular, and then you're done for.
Yeah, but
Who's
you know, I
next
wouldn't
to
be
it? I like
surprised
convenient.
if there was maybe a few cultures that probably
I feel like
practice
scissors.
some.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some cultures that probably practice it, but to say most people did, that's a little absurd.
Yeah.
It is a bit absurd. Yeah.
I even threw that
I'm
out
sure
there.
the
What you
Romans
said.
did
Yeah,
it too.
like I wouldn't be surprised if
I'm
there's.
sure
some.
there's been some people.
I
throughout
mean,
history.
even
but
I
the
mean,
whole body.
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Both
the
genders,
entire body.
both genders' entire body, getting rid of all hair. Don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Because
That-
there weren't any electric razors, obviously. They could have had.
yeah, I know.
Fire?
blood
Would you just
razors.
like burn your guys' yourself to burn all that hair off? Like
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my lord.
No. That's a bad
Jesus
idea.
doesn't want me to have hair. I will burn myself in the fire
my
of the
God.
hell.
Black
I will
bushy
walk
beard.
through the purgatory.
Aliens
Had a
exist
big-ass
on the
bushy
moon.
beard. Like
Hey
big,
guys,
black, woolly beard.
aliens exist on the
Yeah, man.
moon.
Jesus didn't have black beard.
A black? He didn't have a black beard?
No, he had light brown. I mean dark brown.
I mean, surely in
It's
that
the dominant.
region,
No, black is remember it's recessive gene.
it is a recessive gene for sure. I thought it
It's
was
dark.
only for.
See, the darkest brown is the most dominant. And even the Mexicans, they don't have black brown.
That beat the Russians and
They have the darkest brown.
That's weird. Maybe
Hey,
it's, like,
guys,
so dark
guys,
that
what?
It looks black.
Yep,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying.
Guys,
okay,
guess
I understand.
what?
My
Mind
mom's
if I
the same
try one
way.
of those?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, cool.
Guess what, guys?
Kinda
This is
curious.
proof of fucking aliens.
They're all right. They're not as good as the Sour Patch Kids ones.
You cunts!
But they're only $1, whereas the Sour Patch ones are
You
worth-
cunts! This is proof of an alien, guys, on the moon. They live on the moon. They exist on the moon, guys.
Dude, that's. Do you seen the fucking pyramid on the moon?
This I'm literally just. What do you? I mean, I don't know what.
That's a
what's-
thing. That's a thing. There's a pyramid on the moon.
That could be. Oh, what is it called?
There's pyramids on the fucking on Mars too.
There was a word for it, but I forgot what it was.
Oh,
Oh. I
oh
think
god!
it
What
was,
the fuck?
So there's, I think there's.
What
a
did you give me,
Greek-derived word.
dude? Oh,
It's called
You don't like them?
paranoia.
I,
It's where
Sour
humans
fuck.
they kind of
Yeah, a little bit.
they see things that only because they're familiar with certain things, so they kind of project certain things on things that are alien. It's also like when you look at a mountain or like you look at a cloud and you say like that looks like that looks like a brain, that cloud up there.
Look up Muse, like Knights of Sidonia, and like
Right.
why
I see
they
that
why they
about,
wrote
like,
that album and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, that album.
It's because Sidonia is a province on Mars.
Yep.
Where it's flat for no reason. But
That's weird.
Mars isn't flat. Mars is trenches and canyons. And,
Right.
Yeah.
So you suggest there might have been life on there before?
Because there's a sphinx. There's multiple sphinxes. There's 5-sided pyramids. There's 4-sided pyramids. It's a complex.
Bizarre.
Bizarre, right? And it's pointed at a 45-degree angle towards Earth.
Did you get that from NASA or?
I'm pretty sure it's a NASA thing. The same thing with the moon thing. I'm actually 100% sure the moon thing was a rover on the moon took a picture of a object that was triangular.
I'm not. There's only like a few things, and it's only one that really actually mentions something about it.
Yeah, you just gotta look.
Is there claim is beyond ridiculous. Further, why would anyone was Microsoft that there are? So
I mean, you're trying to say there's aliens and shit. And I'm trying to like back you up right
I think
now.
you're just being sarcastic.
Well, no. By the way, anyone, I'm trying to read this up here.
Aliens.
Mars or somewhere else in our
life is just making pyramids.
Well, they're not on the moon. They're probably. I mean, there's probably not going to be any sentient life within around our solar system. But I mean, well, I'm just trying to read off this article here. But
too barren for that.
That doesn't mean they can't just like stop by.
If anyone shows you pyramids on the moon, ask where's the second angle. If there's no second angle, there's no pyramids.
Build a monument doesn't mean you have to live there.
And you should never
It could be
give even
like a
less.
sign, like if somebody builds a cairn out in the wild, I guess.
Exactly.
That kind of makes sense.
It's a label. Because you can see pyramids from the fucking satellites.
Yep.
That big.
That's why every point on the Earth gets to KH-11 surveillance islands passes every day, one at mid-morning, one at mid-afternoon, so that everything on the ground can be seen with the sun and shadows from the other direction.
Yeah.
It's like we and him were talking about the possibility of seeds. You know,
So,
you put life.
I mean, are there actual pictures of this?
What if the whole fucking Earth? I've seen the pictures myself, bro. The fucking Earth blows up.
So someone photoshopped. Someone photoshopped
that. That is terrible. You could barely see it. It was foggy. The one I saw, it was like that. It was like that. It was more like that.
Well, that just looks like a really grainy picture of.
It was much more like that. It wasn't. That was not the picture, but it was something like that.
I mean,
still, you could see in the picture. You could see on the rover's camera. It had equipment that was like in the way of the fucking side of the camera.
I mean, I'm literally only seeing like people photoshopping the pyramids on Giza and shit to make it look like it's on the moon.
I literally read this shit so long ago, and I like. So
I mean, it was just a hoax then, because I'm not seeing anything.
Why would they have a fucking huge fucking band right up their whole fucking album?
Because it's a cool metaphor. I mean, because.
I'm not saying they have a whole album called Exopolitics. It's like, why won't their leaders tell us why there's shit in the sky? They're like getting angry at the politicians for like not letting us know there's aliens and shit.
Yeah, like I've had.
Well, I mean, there's no definite proof yet. I mean,
stop being such a skeptic.
Well, until the evidence is out, I mean,
you don't have to like be like always like it's 100% wrong. You don't have to believe it either.
Well, I'm not denying that there are, but there's just no current evidence for me to currently believe.
Oh, I'm not gonna go around and like tell people that it's 100% true, but I would believe it.
It's kind of interesting whether or not it might be true.
I would believe it, like to believe it, you know, at least.
I mean, the closest thing is the closest thing I was able to find is the whole face on Mars, because that used to be a thing.
There's sphinxes on Mars.
I said face.
That's probably because of the paranoia thing.
It's this image, but it's actually this, because it was just an optical illusion. It's just this little hill. But that was the initial image that everyone thought was a face, that thought, you know, something was on Mars or whatever.
That doesn't even look like shit compared to what I saw on.
Yeah, I mean, this is just
the fucking pictures I seen.
Because this is just an optical illusion, and this is a flyby of the same place again.
Like a mountain that sort of looked like a face to me.
I mean,
you know, it's
fucking 5-sided pyramids and shit. Even more intense than that.
No, I mean, here's the whole.
Wait, it was intense. It was an intense picture.
Viking 1 photo of the
They don't want us to know.
Sindonia.
It's not gonna be on there.
The Viking 1 photo.
They don't want us to know.
The Viking 1 photo of the Sindonia region and Mars' northern hemisphere taken in 19...
Edward Snowden just decides, yeah, they're aliens.
Yo, can you hook me up with a move, bro?
Yeah, I have to go.
Well, you like my new hat, man?
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Really is. Look, check
Don't
it
do
out.
the move too hard now.
Ignore heart.
Oh God, not like
No,
that.
you actually look cool, dude.
I'm not wearing it like that though. I'll wear it like this though.
Yeah, that looks
like the
better.
backward cap.
But I still.
No, that looks good.
I it doesn't.
Fit your head right.
But it just.
It's because it's a new hat. It's not comfortable yet.
I mean, it's not. It's not that it's not comfortable. It's just that it just. I don't know. I don't know if it's just my snapbacks have never been my style, honestly.
So what's your style? Regular backs?
He likes
My
fedoras sometimes.
Whatever. Honestly, whatever pleases me. But
He also likes berets. I know you got
These
some
hats
berets
say, "How long dick you, bitch."
What the fuck?
This,
Anyway,
this hat says,
we
"I
s-
can play drums all right."
Yeah. So. Yeah. So.
That's
Back in
what I was trying to tell you in the text, though. It's like I'm not the
Right.
best drummer,
it was quickly nicknamed the Face of Mars and caught the attention.
but at the same time, like if
So-
you guys are patient enough, I could break some shit down. That's good.
Yeah. So.
You gotta let me know what you want.
The whole
That's
idea,
true.
yeah,
You
the
don't
whole
have huge expectations.
theory of
Yeah.
that there's
It's bad
My
though
band
because
is,
I understand you guys had
trying to
gigs.
configure.
Yeah, you're trying to get gigs and shit. So
I mean it's yeah,
but
this
at the same time,
yeah,
you can have a
the
gig
Face
on
of
the
Mars
15th
is
of March.
the Face
That's
of Mars.
what it is.
Yeah, but the whole Face of Mars is whole connected with this whole
With,
Martian ruin
Keegan's-
thing that's connected with
That'd be
Egypt
cool.
or something.
Yeah.
But it's
So let me know what
just
you wanna
wishful
do.
thinking.
So,
That's
it's-
right.
Overall, it's
2 o'clock
just the
tomorrow,
wishful-
whatever.
Yep.
Cool.
Because there were
I'll come,
supposed
man.
I could get you instructions
Oh
on
my
how to
God.
get there. So
I'll just
like,
come with you, man.
sure,
Just
there's
meet-
not a lot of space in our car though.
What car?
Than Zach's car.
What is he picking up? Who's he picking up?
Yeah, he's picking me up.
So just me, you, and him. I'm sure that we can fit. Yeah.
Well, because we put our equipment in the back.
Yeah.
There's
You
only
have a
room for
trunk.
that. Well, Zach does have a trunk, but sometimes he has certain other things in there.
We'll just move those other fucking things.
Sure.
Oh my God,
we
dude.
We can either put the equipment in the back or we
Oh
can
my
put you in
God,
the
there is literally
back.
a conspiracy
Oh, yeah, It
theory.
really depends on like.
There's a
you know,
conspiracy
him
theory
to-
website that
Yeah,
looks like it
Like,
came out of
you can still,
1994.
like show people that like if you work
Oh my
together,
God.
you can make things work.
Oh yeah.
What the?
If somebody hasn't done that before,
What website did I just
it's that
find?
sometimes it's okay to just do it. Like,
Dude,
you know,
I'm
"Hey, man,
bookmarking
let me
this.
show you how we
What
can make
is
this work."
this?
And then they're like,
Yeah.
I think I found
and then
a.
sit back and watch.
I think I
as
found the
they make
next.
things work.
I think I found the next.
I guarantee you, I can fit in the trunk.
Oh, like you could put other stuff in the trunk.
I think I
and then have
found
you
the
in
next
back
Heaven's
seat.
Gate cult.
That'd be preferable.
Yeah.
Guys, I think I found the next Heaven's Gate cult.
Oh,
This
God.
literally looks like their website,
Well, we can
dude.
put the. We can put.
What is
we can
this?
put this amp on my lap.
Yes, Virginia.
That
It really
suppose
is
I
a
could
cat
work.
box. Or
Hold it.
are we? Or where are we now that we have one? What?
We could go to the jam sesh afterwards too.
That would be cool.
The
yeah.
clearest picture yet of the face of
So he does
Mars.
it every week.
Pretty much.
Dude, this
It
guy.
works Monday through
This.
Friday,
Oh my
so we can't
God.
jam at all.
Oh my
It's on the
God.
weekend.
Oh my God,
This
dude.
looks retarded.
This is just what. Oh my God.
Yeah, brew.
I thought we were gonna go to the pub to get brew.
Yeah, but
I got-
brew. There's a.
I got this one can and I got like a little bit left in a bottle.
Where's the bottle?
Chocolate porter
Oh, where?
in my fridge.
What if we mixed that in chocolate porter together?
Might as well.
Wait,
That
mixed, well, I haven't tried that yet.
Oh, my dad.
Mix
Oh,
this
you know,
together
actually, I
with the
just realized my
chocolate
dad
porter.
owes me
Mind if I
a
try this?
tequila sunrise. So you know what? I will be right back to
Mind
grab
if I
that.
try this, Andrew? 'Cause
He
I
has
know it's
tequila?
yours.
Didn't you try it before?
Wait, he
I
has
haven't
tequila.
actually.
He said he does. I'm gonna ask him about
No,
it.
ask him if we can get tequila too.
Sweet as.
I think you'll have to enter in there to do so, but we can
You want to get this thing of tequila?
I could probably convince him to come in here. Just be
No,
right
no,
here
no.
for a bit.
No, no.
Only if it's diluted.
Just take a shot at
Just take a
tequila.
shot.
Just take a little swig.
you
a
know,
little,
I'm not
take
even getting.
one.
little
shot.
sippy sip.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll convince him. No.
No.
This is really good,
We're
damn.
going. We're going to him.
No. I'm still.
I
Someone
ju-
needs to stay.
No, I want to get up because I don't feel good. I want to stand up.
All right,
Make me feel
Tyler,
better.
occupy the stream.
I need to grab a drink of water.
So I haven't been paying a lot of attention to what that is. Let's see, the face on Mars, the Enterprise mission. Sounds like Star Trek. Ooh, what are we talking about? The 1701. Oh God, it's got Bible scripture quotes. Oh jeez. Yes, Virginia, it really is a cat. It really is a cat box. Or where are we now that we have won? What? It assumes that like I don't know. It assumes that you're supposed to know what they're talking about, but you don't. So, and the temple was made with cherubims and palm trees, so that a palm tree was between a cherub and a cherub, and every cherub had two faces. I think, because that's a very weird image, but seeing like what they're talking about, I think some people use the scripture in Ezekiel in order to try and like.
Are you actually going on this weird website?
Yeah, I mean, like suggest this conspiracy theory of like aliens,
dude,
from outer space somehow visiting, this Jewish prophet.
So
that a face
of
a man
funny?
was toward the palm tree.
Logan shows up and everyone in stream leaves. It's been 0 cents.
Oh, so they could do anything.
No, you can't.
Oh, I was gonna like pelvic thrusts on the camera.
Please don't. That's a no bueno.
No bueno. Do you like this rune rock? It's Andrew's. I don't know how to. Nobody's really watching, so it's fine. This is some ridiculous shit, man. In the face of a young lion toward the palm tree on the other side. It was made through all the house roundabout. Okay, I need to like read that again to like have this image in my mind. Invoke this in my mind. So that the face of a man was toward the palm tree on one side. Okay, so it faced toward the palm tree on one side. And the face of a young lion toward the palm tree on the other side. Okay, so face of a man and the face of a lion. It was made through all the house roundabout. Okay, so all I can think of right now are a bunch of palm trees. So like we have a roundabout thing here. You have palm trees circling around it, and then you have a face of a young man and a face of a young lion, both facing the palm tree, but on different sides. And you have cherubims, which I'm trying to think about what the cherubim look like. I mean, I just kind of think of regular angels, but let's see what they're supposed to look like according to the lore, because I don't really know. Okay, so cherubim. Really? Just easier.
Well, one shot, because
Yeah,
it pops.
yeah, I hear you. I wasn't even gonna take that. It's tequila.
Oh
Tequila
shit! Here
fucks
comes
you
the
up.
tequila.
All I need is one, or half of one, with tequila.
Well, I'll let you pour your own.
Yeah. Tequila is the party liquor.
What, Tyler? What have you been doing? Should I be worried?
Well, I was just kind of
Rub
looking.
rub the
at, like,
Nordic
this
Buddha
weird.
belly. Rub the Nordic Buddha belly.
The fuck?
Have you been watching Swedish fucking tranny porn?
No.
Kinky.
It's funny. I came home and it was on my computer, and it was like, Harley, what are you doing?
Harley.
I love you, Harley.
It wasn't. It wasn't
Look at that
Gabe, 'cause
tranny.
Gabe was with me. I was like, it had to be. Harley.
god.
Swedish trainee porn.
Yeah.
What was that?
Must be something about them Swedes, I guess. Giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity. It's all good though. I love Harley. No matter what, man. Whatever makes him happy.
Here, you want to do yours so
Uh,
I don't OD it? Are you gonna miss out on us?
Who is he gonna do anything?
I loaded him one,
Oh.
so.
That was his.
What
do you think it is?
Copyright. Remember?
Oh, right. Fuck.
Tyler, play it on the guitar.
Just keep it low.
Just Tyler starts playing it.
Alright, so before anyone does anything,
hold up. Wait, that's way too much.
Some
Tyler,
people say or call it tequila.
mine's like near brim. Wait, you could fill just a little more. I'll let you know. If it's... Okay. My face is burning.
Oh,
Tequila's intense.
Tequila.
Use the.
I need some fucking pillow.
Yeah.
Tequila. Shit.
Use that. It's chaser.
I'm not gonna
I
chug
didn't
this whole
even
shot.
drink it. I
Wipe
just
it off easy. It gets rid of the thing on your face.
I'm just need something to wipe. I need something to wipe even this too. I mean, there's multiple things to wipe here.
It's evaporation. Just wipe it on your fingers and it'll evaporate.
Okay, I'm gonna put this back. No one touch any of these.
Cool.
Oh my god, you guys are
That was
already.
that was your computer, fucker. That was your fault.
Oh
Fuck
my
you.
god, you're all.
You're all there with your weed smoking.
Okay, I think you're already getting a little affected by the tequila.
Not even. I ain't eaten tequila yet. I'm just fucking. Dude, it's the fucking
I
edible.
don't think I'm gonna have.
I ate a fucking edible,
So
bro.
you're really fucking high.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
gonna get crossfaded then.
I fucking had the dankest edible.
I'm not gonna have this all in one sitting, but I'll have some sips.
Yeah, it's a pretty large one. Wait, how much you? You got. Well, we're about equal. Maybe a little more than me.
I mean, just one sip's kind of enough of a shot of, whiskey, really. Shit's hard as fuck. Hope we don't get copyrighted.
Tequila is intense. Look.
I'm sure if you chugged, like, at least an ounce of tequila in one sitting, you'd probably die.
Whoa.
Like, if you never drank it before.
Tyler.
Oh. The bandit is here.
Oh. Tutti push Dios mío, bandido. Little Dios mío, bandido.
Oh.
Looking kinda fucked up, but Dios mío.
No, dude, it's not even alcohol, dude. It's fucking. I had an edible,
Oh.
and I'm like, my brain is overactive right now.
Would you take a shot without us?
No, the edible, dude. The fucking edible. It was a distillate edible.
Oh, damn.
No, I didn't think you could put dabs in fucking weed. I mean, dabs in fucking weed.
What the
What's
fuck?
the percentage? What's the percentage in that tequila?
I don't know. Who cares?
Like
Probably 50.
50. Holy fuck!
It was tasted pretty high to me. I've had 35% tequila, and that's some harsh shit right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think my dad likes to go for quality if he does.
No, he
Mine's to
he
the
goes for
brim.
the heavy. That fucking shit's heavy.
Yeah, you don't drink it all in one sitting. Like I had a
No. If you like, I've already been drinking a little bit tonight. That's why I haven't killed mine all the way yet. But if you haven't drank much yet, just kill that and chase it with your beer. Honestly, that's the best advice.
Hold up.
I got you.
Hold up. Because we got a pretty little bandito.
You want to put him on the Tyler lap or my lap?
Nah, I just want him on the cam.
Oh shit, makes sense.
He's a boy.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. I just probably need to take a shit.
Because the internet needs some obligatory cat videos. I know they're everywhere on the internet. They have been since it was available to the public. But come on, you can't argue with the oldest trick in the book.
He's just a fishy boy.
He's so big. I remember when I could just put him all in one hand.
Now you can barely put him in a hand.
Yeah.
Cheers,
He's
man.
just gotten so fucking enormous.
I'm surprised not a single
He's
drop
bigger
hit
than
him.
Derek.
Yeah, no, he was bigger than Derek.
Yeah.
But Derek was fat. He's not fat.
He's
like-
just muscular. He's small.
He's a swole cat. He's a swole kid.
He's just small, man. Fuck.
Chase.
How about
Oh, swole kitty.
Bandito?
Well, they freaked him out.
Trying to bring him back. Get him.
Wait,
He
how
should have
much
just
did you
chilled. I actually don't even need to chase her.
But how much did you drink? Holy fuck!
Yeah,
you
yeah.
drink all of that?
Bandit cat.
What the fuck, dude? You're gonna get wasted.
I don't give a fuck. I don't know.
He don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh, little poop.
I hope we don't have to carry you home.
I'm sorry, Bandit cat. I'm an asshole.
I mean, you can have a free piggyback ride if you
Oh,
want.
that's why. He got a little drop of brew in his eye.
Oh, that was from the beer.
That's why he's all... Poor little boy.
You know what, bro?
That's why. Poor little boy.
You know what, bro? I'm just kidding. You know what, bro?
Oh, wow, look at him. Oh, he's just... Now look at him. He's just sort of on...
Dios míos. Bandito kitty.
Oh, you poor thing. You
He
poor thing. You poor little baby boy.
Ah, fuck, what's in my eye?
Oh, you poor thing.
He looked right up at me as I was bringing the beer to you. He was like, "What's that?" And I didn't think it hit him in the eye, but I guess it must have.
I think what happened is some of the alcohol dropped in his eye.
Oh, you poor thing.
It was the brew.
Oh.
I was trying to give him the chaser.
Okay, buddy. Well, his eyes is definitely like watering up hardcore.
Damn.
Well, he'll be fine. He's not happy. Yeah, you
Watch
just...
him get really drunk or some shit. It's like taking shots in the eye or something.
Oh, god, that would suck.
Not really. We just try to test it in a second. Like, not a second, probably in like 20, 30 minutes. He'll probably be 100%
Poor cat.
fine. And then he's going to be like, I feel really funny. I suddenly don't hurt anymore.
Like roll around.
He's like, whoa.
He like walks just like
all funny and shit.
Oh, oh shoot.
What's up, Shizzle
I
Kitty?
rolled over.
This is a plump. It's just a big plump ball. My goodness, you poor little thing. Wow, am I the only one that took my entire shot?
In one sitting.
Tyler, did you even touch
That's
it?
No, I had a sip.
Well, guys, it is 11 o'clock now.
Oh shit. Oh
Let's
shit.
go to the pub.
Yeah. You know what? Bandito. Oh my god.
I say that we play music so that we can smoke and drink in like pregame.
I agree.
Yeah.
With
Dave Rubin.
Dave Rubin. Yeah.
Dave Rubin.
Agree.
You poor little bandito
You
buddy.
didn't even hear what I said. I agree.
With
Well, let me get my
that.
point across.
I agree with that.
The healthcare system.
I agree.
God damn it!
Poor Bandit. He's so traumatized right now. This poor cat is just, yeah, he just
Get me out of here. Too many loud noises. I don't know what the fuck is going on. What the hell's in my eyes?
There's too many hyenas.
Oh, I forgot something.
it's a
Hold up. I'll be
pillowcase.
right back. I forgot something real quick.
Thank
I
God it
just
isn't
remembered.
orange.
Goodbye.
Hey, good. Strelky, baby, dog? Yeah, his eyes open. It seems to be fine. Oh. There you go, buddy. Oh my God, he just bolted.
He's like, I'm out of here. Oh, shit.
What? Tequila has a pretty good taste.
Yeah, it does if you don't drink it all at once.
Oh yeah.
Fucks you up though. If
So
you
it's just
do.
gonna taste like vomit.
That's pretty much. That's pretty much when I attempted to do that. I attempted to like drink half the shot, and I was
I had
like,
to
"Yeah,
carry
vomit."
him to the back seat of his car.
Yo, dude. That wasn't just tequila. That was a lot of tequila.
That was also mead
and a
too.
whole bottle of mead, and then a few beers. That was a bet. That was just.
That was a.
Dude, part of that was I was expecting you, Colby, and Stefan. I was expecting all of you guys to drink that night,
Oh.
and no one wanted to. You guys literally told me to get alcohol. If one of you did, at least. One of you guys told me to get alcohol.
Weird.
And then suddenly, no, I'm not
Wait,
going to.
what story is this?
This is
That was
New
the
Year's
New Year's
Eve.
Eve.
Which
party,
one?
Like 2016.
I remember this because Stefan, like I was sick. I remember this, and then I remember one of you showed up on my window and said, "Yeah, Logan's fucked up. We're gonna get him back home. We just want to say hi, Happy New Year and shit."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh damn, what happened to him?" It's like just a long night. We'll explain someday later. I'm like, okay. And then they're just like, have fun, guys. And it was a very brief moment. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm sick, man. You
I
know,
kind of had a feeling that Clara was like coming on to me that night though, but like, I don't know. I had different beliefs.
Clara or Clara?
Yeah. She's getting like all affectionate.
all these
and
people being
smitten
doxxed
on me.
on stream.
Yeah.
Like I remember that.
All the dachshunds,
Fuck that bitch.
all the
I didn't
dachshunds, all
act
the
on it, though, 'cause
dachshunds
I-
They're trying
now.
to make me drunk.
Everyone
probably.
is
And I
getting
got drunker.
doxxed.
I probably got that's probably
Doxing
one of the reasons why
everyone
I got drunker.
now. Everyone's
I'm like, fuck
doxing.
you, bitch. I'm gonna get drunker.
And then you just passed out.
Bitches be
No, I
doxed.
didn't
Bitches
pass
be
out.
doxed. Bitches be
I did not
doxed
pass
all
out. I fell
night.
down.
Bitches
you
ain't
felt
getting
sick,
all
too.
doxed.
I remember
We
that.
doxing
Yeah,
everyone
that was
now.
a combination of that weird chicken too.
Oh, the pad thai.
I was sick for a few days
It was
after
bad
that.
pad
That was
thai.
not just drinking.
Dude, I remember
was
this
sick.
one. Dude, I remember this one time we got some pad thai literally right by the school, and we were trying to eat it, but they had like a few things a little fucked up about your order, but mine was relatively fine. But damn, like I don't even know what did I forget in that caused you to just be like, fuck this, I don't want this anymore. Like you eventually were just like, I don't even want it because they like forgot something in it or something, or like undercooked something.
Oh, by PCC.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I literally had uncooked beef. It was
Oh,
like
damn.
cold. It was like frozen.
It was like pink.
Yeah,
I remember it
could
being
taste it. It was
pinkish.
cold. The soup was hot, but they had soup. They just threw frozen strips of beef in my soup.
And probably thought it was gonna
What
warm and
the
cook up
fuck?
inside or something.
Some crazy Chinese people.
What the fuck?
I would disrespect those Vietnamese people and call them Chinese. Just fuck them.
Oh my god.
Copyright. Copyright.
Well, it can be low.
Mushroom tip.
I want mushroom.
Yo,
I'm just
I
gonna
haven't
pop
bu-
that out.
So I haven't bumped into fucking what's his name in a minute. What we should plan is like a spring. We should spring break trip. / we could do. Ooh, are you guys trying to go to British Vancouver for Gabe's birthday?
When's that?
He's taking a whole week off and he wants to go to
when
Vancouver,
is
BC.
that?
May 27th or 28th.
Well, I still gotta get my passport though.
Yeah, me too. So does he, dude.
Because I don't know how long it's gonna process.
It's gonna
Takes a
take
month.
at least a month or so.
Oh, that's actually better. I thought it would have taken like 6 months.
You can get it in a day if you drive up to Seattle.
Oh,
You can
wow.
get a passport in 1 day.
That's cool.
Yeah, for me it took about like 6 weeks, I think, at most.
But
I think I got all.
Yo, would you guys be down? It's not that cheap.
I
It's
think,
pretty cheap. Only a couple hundred.
I know
bucks.
there's something in May near the end of the month that is happening. I know it's like a convention I'm going to, but I'm gonna see. But I'll have to double check when that is. But if it doesn't interfere with that, I'll definitely be totally down for that because I'd love to go to Canada. Eh?
What I want to do is I want to take a ferry to Vancouver Island.
Well, that'd be legit.
From Seattle. That's why I was like, dude, I could just go to Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Get my fucking passport. Like, wait there for a day or two. Get my passport.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
Then fucking ferry to Vancouver Island. Spend a day or two there. Then go to Vancouver, BC. Ferry from Vancouver Island to Vancouver, BC.
Damn.
Spend a couple days there. And then take the Amtrak all the way back to Portland.
That would be awesome.
And it'll probably be only like $200-300 bucks. You know what I mean? Something we could all probably do. If we all pitch in together, it would probably be cheaper even. And Gabe's gonna use his tax return money for the trip.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's gonna probably throw down $1,000 because it's his 30th birthday. You know, it's like
Fuck yeah.
I would totally do that too. I'd throw down $1,000 for my 30th.
Fuck yeah, why not?
And like go to I've never been outside the country, bro. So like if I'm 30,
I can tell you this much is definitely. I can tell you this much is definitely experience going to a different country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say that Canada probably won't be severely different to the U.S. compared to like.
I think it will if I do it the way I want to do it with the ferries.
I want to go to the red light district.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah.
I want to see what it's like. I kind of do. I kind of want to take like a bunch of Viagra and ecstasy. Oh man! And then go to a prostitution. Not lying.
Like a brothel, just like
woo.
Look here, I won't mind either.
Just one time.
One time, yeah.
Just one time.
Enjoy, yeah. Why not have you know?
Remember
when
the
you have the
extra
opportunity.
money.
Why not have
I want to make sure my penis works though, because knowing me, I'm probably gonna be drinking and smoking a lot, which makes my penis
just
not work.
avoid
so good.
whiskey.
It's not just that, dude. It's like I smoke a lot, which makes your fucking heart not work as good, which makes your extremities not have as much oxygen. It's a real thing, like you know.
I don't know. For me, I haven't really noticed that much of a diff.
Ha! What, have you had a woman around?
Well, not like
after
that.
drinking.
I mean, I've had sexual experiences, but not that far
Where
significantly
you're like,
yet.
you've been drinking like all day, and then suddenly a woman pops
But I mean,
up, and
I've-
she's like, "Fuck me," and you're like, "Oh, I've had 12 beers today."
Well, I haven't had that scenario
And I
because
smoked
I'm not usually
6
drinking.
cigarettes, and now my
Well, I'm not
dick
usually.
doesn't work as good.
Well, I'm
now.
not usually smoking like 6 cigarettes or doing 12 beers.
Exactly. That's why we are not comparable.
Well, goddamn.
I mean, like, no matter what, I always can achieve an erection unless I have too much sex.
I can achieve an erection,
But sometimes I can't come.
I don't know if she can make me achieve an erection if I'm fucking like, dude. If I fucking go in the bathroom and look some porn up real quick, no matter how drunk I am, I'm gonna get hard. But like, if I got a fat bitch in my room, she gotta do the right things, or I gotta get me some like, I don't know, like water and some time.
Right.
Because
Time for some foreplay at that point.
yeah,
when it comes to most-
yeah.
when it
like,
comes to
I
most
don't want
women-
these huge expectations after I've
Yeah.
been drinking. and
Besides, the
smoking.
foreplay will just help keep you
And I'm
somewhat
tired.
stimulated
I'm
anyway.
tired too. Like I'm already tired. And
Plus,
shit.
plus that foreplay will help stimulate you a little more to keep you,
you get
going.
what I'm saying, though? Like,
Yeah, like I mean, it's just a part of the human
but at the
nature
same
of just how
time,
shit.
I would totally just take like a Viagra pill or an ecstasy,
Right.
and just go ham on a prostitute like
Yeah.
one time if I'm in another country that's legal. Why not? I have the fucking.
Yeah, that's true, though.
I have the option. It's like a scratch it when you're 18. You know, you're like, oh, cool.
Bucket list. It is scratch it.
Yeah.
It is so
I did,
true.
I did that.
Oh yeah.
I did that when I was like 12. though, because I was tall enough. No one said anything.
Left to
Just
out of
walk up
content.
and say, "Are you 18?"
Huh.
Yes. Give me my fucking money. I would give my brother the scratch it. You know, he's 18. He'd go up. And
See, I
give me
made a
money.
thing on Bernie, huh?
If I won. At least.
Let's see this.
Communism at my house.
Yeah. You'd all share the funds.
Yep.
Redistribution of wealth, believe me, tremendous.
It is tremendous.
So no.
Everything gonna be alright. Where's that chocolate porter at?
Oh, it's in the fridge. You want me to grab it real quick?
I'll do that.
It is.
It's literally just right there in the fridge.
Edible makes it hard to stand up.
So they're talking about Bernie Sanders on CNN.
Ah.
How do you think? How do you
Oh,
think that went?
distortion. They're not the good kind.
No.
Hey, they bring on a
Whatever.
person of color.
Token.
To say some
It's a
bullshit about
token.
Bernie. Let's listen. You ready? Here we go.
Anything that a person of color says is immediately gospel truth. Ave Mate Maria.
Oh, no, actually, though. It'd be funny if you said, Ave Mate
Here we go.
Anita.
Do I have a Bernie Sanders
Oh,
impersonation? No.
Jesus. Oh, that
I
is
think we
bad.
found a good video. Why 2020 will be harder for Bernie Sanders.
Anita instead of Maria. Like Anita Sarkeesian.
I mixed it up and
Mate
shook it to
Anita.
try and make it have carbonation. I
So,
want to like make it nice and fresh.
so
Shaking.
here's the establishment,
Mm,
mainstream
shaking,
media,
let's settle.
wanting to smugly tell us how it's going to be harder now than it was in 2016.
Wow. Millionaires and billionaires. Huh? He's running again.
I'm Bernie Sanders. I'm running for president.
Good.
The he there is, of course, Bernie Sanders,
Cool.
who went from who to ooh la la in the course of his 2016
Really? Ooh, really?
challenge to Hillary Clinton for the
That's the
Democrat
best thing you've
presidential
come up, you fucking cuckold.
Now, Sanders is back for a second try at that brass ring. His calculation is relatively simple.
Was that
The
supposed
one
to be
that I
funny?
indicated winning in 2016, and I darn near beat the most powerful non-incumbent frontrunner.
Is
in
it
the
cool if I
history
invite Gabe
of
to the bar?
Sure.
American politics. Well, true.
As long as he
Not
remembers his
only
ID
as
this
one,
time.
For real, right?
and I'm
God,
running
dude.
from the front of
You
the
don't
pack.
have your ID
So,
separate
this
from your
also
wallet.
much easier.
You just don't do
Sanders
that.
is right about part of that. People do know him, and Democrats at least like him a lot. A Monmouth University poll released
Fuck
early
you.
Yeah, he has 78% approval rating amongst Democrats.
February showed
Bernie
almost
Sanders?
7 in
Yeah.
10 Democrats
Wow.
had a favorable opinion of Sanders. Well,
Yeah, see, that's, well, it's more like,
19% had an unfavorable opinion. And Sanders trailed only former Vice President Joe Biden in the 2020 ballot test in that same poll.
Oh, hey, man. how's it
Sidebar
going?
weird. Another person who seems to like Sanders is Donald Trump.
But I like Bernie because
Oh, really,
he is
man?
one person that, you know, in trade,
From him.
he sort
Oh,
of would
man.
agree on
Well,
trade. What happened to Bernie
That's too
Sanders
bad.
4 years
No,
ago
don't be
was,
sorry, man. It's all
was
good.
quite sad
I'll just
as
catch
it
you
pertains to
another
our
time.
country. So we'll see how he does.
Trump repeatedly praised Sanders
All
during the
right, for sure.
2016 race
Take it
and said
easy.
he was
Have a
a
good sleep.
Trump didn't.
Yeah, sleep well,
In fact,
bro.
they
Peace
took
out.
Trump out of context because he later said, you know, he had his time, you know. He had his time, you know. It's actually quite sad.
Was it you tired?
So,
I'm tired every day, dude. He doesn't
victim
do
of an
anything
establishment
nowadays. He
conspiracy
shows.
aimed at electing Clinton.
because they didn't treat Bernie right.
Yeah, I guess
They
he
didn't
just
treat
doesn't
him.
feel like
I mean, I don't know Bernie.
It's
I
not-
don't, you know, I don't know him. I
It's
never
not
met
about
him.
drinking.
But they didn't
dude.
treat him right.
Now, back
So
to
he just
Democrats.
doesn't wanna
He
They're
hasn't
just
drank in
saying
5
they
years.
like
He
him
just
to
doesn't
support
wanna hang out
Sanders.
with him.
They're actually digging
No, he
into
just
their
always,
wallets
like,
to
gets
show
home, just,
that
like,
support.
sits in
In
his
his first
room,
24 hours as a
puts
candidate,
headphones
Sanders
on while he
raised nearly
watches a movie,
$6
doesn't watch a movie,
million
just
from
goes
more than
comatose.
200,000 individual
He just
donors,
goes numb.
which
damn.
Kind of like.
So, I like how
Interacting with
I like
him,
how they put this
bringing
thing
him out to interact.
where it's like you raised
That's
6
what-
million in 24 hours,
Or he's just with them,
and yet they think it's going to be harder for Bernie in 2020.
He doesn't-
Yet he raised more money in 24 hours than any establishment Dems combined so far. In fact, any Democratic nominee combined.
200,000 individual donors, which is remarkable. Remember, though, how I said Sanders was right about only part of his analysis,
I
that
do
he could
think
simply
it sucks
recreate his
when we're having
2016
great
campaign in
conversation.
2020. but this time wind up, in the first place. Here's several things that make 2020 a different race for the burn. The most obvious difference is that the 2020 field is already big. It's going to keep getting bigger.
I like metal.
Whereas the 2016 race only really had Sanders and Clinton in it. Sorry, Mark.
Like you feel uncomfortable, then just be honest and say you don't like it.
Exactly. Just like be honest with yourself and with me. You're not a metalhead. Like, don't try and say you're one.
Yeah.
He was like,
I know.
He's like, I want to buy T-shirts and look like Tyler. I want to grow my hair like Tyler.
Well, then you better listen to the music then.
And do it for like 20 years of your life.
Did he really say that at one point?
Yes.
Oh my lord.
And I'm like, dude, you're not gonna grow your hair out and be like Tyler. And
Didn't he just recently trim it down and shit?
Yeah.
No, he cut his hair.
Yeah. So.
So this guy.
Flippity flop. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
I am Hillary, but I am male biracial processing.
If anything, it's actually
Processing
better
complete.
for Bernie Sanders because there are more establishment
For real.
Democrats that are
Yeah.
actually splitting the vote, at least so far.
So what's up with that move, bro?
And there are also more progressive options too. Like you got Tulsi Gabbard.
Came in. But hold on. Oh my god.
But I sure as hell am not going to vote for Kamala Harris. That tickles. That's weird. What the fuck, man?
I
You know,
am.
Want me to touch you?
There we go.
In your weird
Touch
areas.
me, say that you love me.
Love Fool by Cardigans.
Touch me. That was my dog's song. You know that, my dog?
Oh.
I would play that song and then he'd go like, when it go, blam, 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 blam. You know how that song starts?
So you just kind of like come up.
He'd be like,
In this Democratic field.
Going to be just a voice for the left.
he'd give me like these faces. He's like, you love me? Oh. He's like, uh-oh, I'm about to get a striptease, love.
Jesus!
What are you guys doing over there?
I'm talking about my dog. I played this song. Alright, my dog. Not Katie. My dog when I was like 8. My brother, he played this song called
Doesn't make it better.
Yes, it does. You need to listen. There's a song called Love Fool by Cardigans, right?
Yeah.
It's like, love me, say that you love me, right? And my dog knew the words to the song, all the song, and he was like, anytime he heard the song, he would like run up on you and be like, give me love, give me love, give me love. It was like ridiculous. It was his song, legit. So whenever I hear that song, I think of my dog.
Oh.
Because he was,
Yeah. Oh, okay then.
He would come because his domain was underneath the table, and then he'd hear that song being played from the computer, and he'd like look over across the room at you like, you love me. He would just be chilling, doing his own thing. Like he'd be asleep like this, like showing his junk off with his tongue out, and then he'd he like wake up. He's like, "Oh, it's time for a love massage." Oh, hey man, music soothes the savage beast, right? Music.
Why do you think metalheads exist?
Yeah, man. So
I wish I did it
Neanderthals,
because I
bro,
would
they're
love to
fucking
do
humans too. They
Oh,
had
yeah.
art,
Funny
bro.
talker,
They had
right?
there's so many human species. Some
Well,
of them, a lot of them.
Well,
went
if you're gonna
extinct
say
before
logic of the
last
heart,
one.
then we can. Cats are humans too.
Yeah, he's like, this discussion.
Well,
What makes you human?
Well, you just said heart. They have a heart too.
Art is definitely one of those things. Not a heart. I said
Ants?
art. Art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, they had primitive art at the time. I mean,
Yes.
those cave shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's very
I
distinguishable
don't
quality.
see cats making art.
Yeah, or elephants.
Elephants, kind of, yeah. They make
Well,
art.
they bury people.
Yeah, they actually.
Well,
have
they
their
mourn
own-
their.
Yeah.
They mourn their
mourn
losses.
their own dead because they have burial rituals of their own kind.
Somewhat artistic.
If any species is like very closely related to us, as far as that goes, like elephants.
Mm-mm.
No, it's.
Although chimpanzees make tools, though.
No, it's not about. That's not what makes you closely related. They evolved separately to have family units.
Yeah.
they
doesn't
evolved
make-
to have a pack. You know, they're pack oriented.
No, they're different than that. They're a little bit more advanced, if you ask me.
Well, I
'Cause
mean-
they don't. Their dogs only live 20 years. Okay, whereas elephants live to be 80 or 90. Okay, so that's a huge dynamic. You get to live to see 4 or 5 different generations before you die. You know what I mean? Generations older than you, generations younger. than
Well,
you.
for
There's a
those
huge
animals, the time
dynamic.
perspective is
Yeah.
probably going to be different. I mean,
Yeah, but like us too. Like what about Liverpool in the Industrial Revolution? The life expectancy of a man was 19 years old. Look at the life expectancy now in
pollution.
Liverpool. Well, look at what it is.
well,
now.
I
It's
mean,
much
life is.
higher.
Well, I mean,
So,
life
you-
expectancy back then was really low, just period across the board. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
just
it's
there's so
lower
much.
What my point is that like humans are, we now have a different perspective of life than we had before because we get to live life longer.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Thus making us more well, at least it should make us more well informed organisms.
But I mean,
But sometimes procrastination, laziness,
actually, there's a clip that I wanted.
fucking egotism.
Well, does that? Well, here,
I
this-
already know
that
everything. I already know everything.
I know everything because I'm 17 years old.
No, I know everything because I'm 70 years old.
Yeah.
And I don't need to learn
I hate that
anything
shit
anymore.
too. Like, ugh.
Hey, I got.
You should be learning
I'm a
every.
baby boomer.
What do you know if you learn every day? So be careful with the things.
There's
that
an
you
actual
say.
good clip
Yeah.
about this that I want to try to find.
That's why you like. I fucked up. I didn't know that before, and I said that, and I was wrong because now I know this.
Well, nowadays you even have like 17-year-old kids on the internet wearing fedoras, saying, "Well, I know this because I read it on Reddit. I know everything."
Losing their job.
free
making all those
market's
things
gonna
also cost
organize
money.
it.
Well, we know with
So are you familiar? Or is anyone? Well, besides Tyler, are you familiar with Johan Hari?
Oh, who the fuck's that?
Awesome dude.
All mental health, all aspects of mental health, all mental health problems.
I probably know. This
There are
person,
three
I just
kinds
didn't
of
know his
cause,
name.
right? There's
He
and
recognized
I've got
his
lost
face
connections,
and
which about
his-
depression and
his,
anxiety is a lot
like,
about
voice.
this. There are biological causes,
It's not just his,
things like your genes,
accent,
real
it's-
brain changes,
There's
things like
actually
the
a
introduction
clip
of a
on.
drug.
Yeah.
There are psychological causes, which are how you think about yourself and your place in the world,
I've
and then
seen
there's
him before.
environmental causes, like how we.
Like
Well,
I've
actually,
heard
there's
that before. That's one. It's an expression he uses in speech. You can. We're like computers. We can see patterns. And
The
how
workplace.
people talk.
Okay, here it is. The workplace depression.
He
solution.
put himself in the
I think
mode
what's
of
happening,
fear
in very small,
conversation.
increase the Amish.
Oh my god.
Is, I said to them, do you have kids who don't want to sit still?
Okay, here we go.
And they
Here we
go,
go.
yeah, we'll let them go off and go fishing.
Here we go. This is
Right?
yeah.
The Amish don't want to make you sit still for 8 hours a day.
Let me skip to
Factories, right? If you're going to work in a factory in the 1870s, what do you
Who's
need?
Mick, by the way?
You need to learn to shut the fuck up, not complain, be passive, do what you're told, right? There's
That's why the education
guy, I
system
think it's a guy called
Damn.
Alfred
the way it
Cohen.
is.
I think it's him who
That
says
saved
every
that.
school has
Yeah.
two curriculums. Or curricula,
And
whatever
that
it is.
saved
You've
that.
got the official curriculum, which is like
Elastic
geography, history, whatever. And then you have the hidden
Dynamic
curriculum,
machine.
which is the kind of person the school is trying to make you into, right?
So here.
Alfred Cohen, I think it's him, who says every school has
Yo,
two
you got a place to
curriculums.
spit into, or like water or something?
There's tea
Tea.
and my
Cool.
garbage
Yeah.
bin. But hey, but
Sorry.
here's the key factor I think a lot.
Do what you're told, right? There's guy, I think it's a guy called Alfred Cohen, I think it's him, who says every school has two curriculums, or curricula, whatever the plural is. You've got the official curriculum, which is like geography, history, whatever. And then you have the hidden curriculum, which is the kind of person the school is trying to make you into, right? And what is the school system designed to be? It's designed to make people who are passive, who are obedient, who sit still and shut the fuck up, right? Now, that was never a good way to make humans, right? That was always wrong, but it's particularly awful in the culture we created. But and this relates to one of the causes of depression that I write about in Lost Connections, which is,
I actually want to get his book.
it's
there,
really good.
Lost
I noticed that
Connections.
loads of the people I know who are depressed and anxious, their depression and anxiety focuses around their work. We talked about this last time I was on, I think. But I was like, okay, people I know, maybe they're unusual, right? So I started to look at the evidence base. Gallup did a really big study of people in the US and Europe.
Nice.
See, what do people feel about their work, right? 13% of people, 13%, like their work most of the time.
Holy shit! I ghosted that.
63% are what they called sleepworking. You don't like it, you don't hate it, you kind of tolerate it.
Got to take a break
And 24% of people fucking hate and fear their jobs.
to get that
all
break.
right?
That
Paul.
So you think about that. That means 87% of people don't like the thing they're doing most of the time. Now that can't be far off what the figure was in the Soviet Union, right? That's a really extreme figure. And I'm like, so I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, could this bear some relationship to our mental health crisis, right? This thing that we don't like is spreading over more and more of our day. The average person, I think, answers their first email, I think it's 7:43 a.m. and leaves work at 7:15 p.m., right? And I learned this, there's an amazing Australian social scientist who I went to interview called Professor Michael Marmot, who discovered the key factor that causes depression at work, right? If you go to, it's not the only one, a key factor. If you go to work tomorrow and you are controlled, so you have low or no control over your work, you're much more likely to become depressed and anxious. I think it relates to what we've been talking about all along. People have psychological needs. You need to feel good at something. You need to feel
positive.
Me, having my own business, being an entrepreneur where I was with my brother and stuff, I don't know about that. Because having a steady wage does have some stability to it that like having a seasonal business does not. He's statistically right.
Well, I mean,
I would like to compare that statistically to, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
another statistical analysis of small businesses. Yeah, exactly. Because you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stress. It's a different type of stress.
That's a different type of stress.
Yes. And
that's why I was talking about the main factor.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong.
Because
I would like
if you look at the United States, if you look at the United States employment, it's mostly to just a lot of these major corporations do very minimum wage, which causes a lot of underemployment, so they have to do multiple jobs.
You're right.
Which is what I mean.
Right, and that's why we're actually seeing an increase in self-employment in the United States. We're starting to see more and more stuff. It is the number one industry, number one bracket that is increasing in percentage in the past 10 years.
I mean, what study? Where was that?
I learned this at PCC in my writing class.
Writing
to 122.
Well, what do they cite?
Or it was from a peer-reviewed thing that my teacher made me read and do a whole discussion on.
Huh. Well,
you're like.
Well, did they have it reported somewhere? Did they have it reported somewhere or anywhere where we can
it was
look
based
at
off.
it?
He had other articles and other things he based it off of. Yes, I'm sure he had references, of course. If it's peer-reviewed, then people, of course, looked at it and
yeah.
That's why peer reviews are so much easier. I don't have to prove that this is that's why that assignment was enjoyable.
Yeah, you still want to you still want to at least have
it was
a
wow,
source,
this is really true, this is really surprising, I actually learned something valuable.
Your life has meaning. If you're controlled all the time, you can't feel that, right? So when I first learned this, I remember first time I went to see Professor Marmot, misunderstanding the implications of this, because I thought he was saying, wrongly, I thought he was saying, okay, you've got this 13% of elite people at the top, like you and me, who get to have jobs we love, and then you've got everyone else who's condemned to the shit, right? And I thought about my family. My brother is an Uber driver, my dad was a bus driver, my grandmother cleaned toilets. I'm like, wait, are we saying they're just condemned to these miserable lives? And he explained to me, it's not the work that makes you depressed, right? It's being controlled at work.
Yeah.
And there are solutions to that. There are changes we can make, right? I went to interview this woman called Meredith Keogh in Baltimore. She's been part of this really interesting change. And sometimes some people listening are going to think, I'm going to say they should do this, and they're going to think, I can't do that. And it's right, this is an argument for something else. So Meredith used to go to bed every Sunday night, just sick with anxiety, right? She had an office job. It wasn't the worst office job in the world, as she would tell you. She wasn't being bullied or harassed or anything, but it was boring. It was controlled. She couldn't just stand the thought this was going to be the next 40 years of her life. So one day with her husband, Josh, Meredith did this quite bold thing. Josh, her husband, had been working in bike stores since he was a kid.
This is actually a key important part, which he's about to get into.
Teenager.
Which actually supports what you were talking about earlier. What you mentioned, what you want me to pause about.
Controlled work, it's insecure.
It's all good, it's all good. I knew it, that's why I didn't really say much, because I knew he was going to get into it.
Rights, really. And one day, Josh and his colleagues are in the bike store, and they asked themselves, what does our boss actually do? Right? They liked their boss. He wasn't a bad person, but they were like, we seem to fix all the bikes and he seems to make all the money. This doesn't seem like such a good deal to me, right? So they decided they were going to set up a bike store that works on different principle, right? The place they worked before was a corporation. Most people listening to your show work in corporations. You know how it's a very recent human invention. You know how it works. There's an army The boss at the top is like the little dictator. You've got to obey him or leave, right? And sometimes he's a nice dictator, and sometimes he's Kim Jong Un. But you don't have much say over that, right?
Yeah.
Josh and his colleagues decided to set up a bike store that works on a different principle. It's not a corporation; it's a democratic cooperative. So they don't have a boss. They run the business together. They take decisions about it together. They have meetings.
So the end of the story was these guys basically ran this as a
bike shop,
worker co-op.
It was
They
like
ran it
a
as a cooperative.
Do once every couple of
like
weeks. In
Winco
practice,
or
they agree, but
Chocolate Milk.
you know sometimes they
Yeah.
don't, and then they vote. They share the profits. They share out the good tasks and the shitty tasks. And one thing that was so interesting to me, their business is called Baltimore Bicycle Works. Spending time with them, totally in line with Professor Marmot's findings, is, you know,
So I'll meet you at your
giving
house
them
tomorrow,
back
like,
control over their work made them much less unhappy, depressed, and anxious.
So the key
after band, are we coming back to your house? Or are we gonna go to the jam session?
Yeah.
I want to convince Zach to go to the jam session.
I think
I'll bus over here.
Yeah, but I think
That's
the main
cool,
key.
Keegan. Let's.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but like overall, I think like the main key, you know, it's just like if people actually were able to like work and able to obtain their own means to actually, you know, of their productions and their labor, they'll definitely be a little bit more happier.
They say, no, man, I don't feel like doing it. I'll be like, you're being a bitch and you know it. You said it yourself. You're supposed to use the space.
As far as the subject of the video goes,
not you, Keegan. Not you. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Keegan. Like tomorrow, he's supposed to have a jam session, and if he bitches out, just be like, "Yo, dude, you have renting this shit out, you know, so you can jam and set yourself. If you're not gonna do that, then like you're wasting."
Yeah, but
he's gonna do it. He's gonna go. I guarantee you will.
You probably will.
It started late sometimes. Like one time I went there, it was like 8 when they started because they fucking napped. They fell asleep for like an hour.
Well, to be fair, you know, I know that feeling.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
They woke up and had a fucking dope ass jam.
Oh yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it ends up being good.
Yeah, we only like an hour to really do it. Like,
Oh yeah, that's when you just gotta make the most of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gotta make the most of it.
And it was 8:20 when we started, so we almost got an hour and a half, but still, like,
damn.
It's supposed to start at 5.
Oh.
It'd be kind of cool to bring Matt along.
Well, that's a little bit.
If he wants to.
Super late. That's like over
We
late.
don't need to bring as many amps as we did last time either. Like, we have amps already. We just really need one more.
Right.
For another guitar. Oh shit. No, I gotta go to the bathroom number 2.
Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom after you, but in the meantime, I think I'll wrap it up. You cunt muffin, you are dropping shit like a drunk fuck.
Drunk fuck.
Oh!
Dude, it's not my fault that I have weird arms and that blends in with your glass.
I'm just fucking with
He's
you.
also crossfaded. Then again, you kind of are too.
I'm just fucking with him, and then he freaked out. He was like, "No."
I don't feel sloshy
He got microchip.
yet.
Well, finish your damn. Dude, look at this.
Oh no, I'm careful with tequila. I am careful. You cunt. Actually, no. You angel. I could kiss you, but I'm not gay enough for that.
There you go. Now you got your little thing. You can do so while I'm taking my hit with my hemp wick.
But I just took a gulp.
I don't give a shit.
Want to use your vocal fry for your. Do it as if you're sighing, I guess. I don't practice very much, but like. I don't give a shit! I don't give a shit! No!
Well, now that I'm feeling better after being sick for so long, you know, my voice is back for the most part, so I can actually do that shit now and be okay. So it's day.
I don't even know the proper technique, so. I mean, until I learn how to do this proper scream technique, I'll practice it, and then. Also, I have to find a place that's like good enough to practice, because like I can't do it in the middle of the night, disturbing the neighbors.
Right.
There's this man, you know, like screaming these loud, obnoxious, guttural noises.
Yeah, right. But yeah.
It sounds like he's sacrificing a goat to Satan.
Right. Well, hey.
I wouldn't say no.
Hey, it would be pretty fun to sacrifice a goat to Satan. as long as I can harvest that goat for food and a pelt. And use the horns for drinking beer out of. But anyway, with that being
Maybe
the
ale,
final note,
cider, mead.
whatever alcoholic beverage will be the best for it.
I mean,
which is probably any or all of them. But anyway, because